Here we go.
Cut the fix up with some Xbox babies, put the switch up. See me gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't be scared now. I'ma destroy you when I'm forza, I can tear it down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down. Cut the fix up with some Xbox babies, put the switch up. See me gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't be scared now. I'ma destroy you when I'm forza, I can tear it down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down.
Family, thanks for joining us tonight on The Fix. I am slightly out of breath, so I'm going to let my co-host and co-stars take over. I've been running literally to get back to the mic. I had to run and grab something to drink, and I grabbed myself something to eat, but you won't hear me eating it because that would be unprofessional. Yes, thank you all in the chat for being here tonight. I'm going to pass the mic to my co-host, Daniel J. McG.
How's it going? What's up, everybody? It's been a fun week, but at least a quieter week than the last couple. Ugh.
Yes, and also the my other co-host, co-star, Crusader.
What's up? Yeah, I mean, I've had a great week. And people who in the chat, you may have figured out why I've had a good week. If you've seen me on Twitter, you know why I'm having a good week. And we're going to talk about why I'm having a good week later in the show.
Hint, hint, he got some. Anyway, yes. So without further ado, let's get to this really quick because we're going to try to keep the show relatively short tonight, family. So within an hour and a half to 2 hours, we're going to talk about Xbox at GDC, give some thoughts on that. We're going to talk about the future game show, and we're going to talk about This Is an Xbox, the ad. And I want to get you guys' thoughts in the chat, as well as we're going to give ours, our true thoughts, because we keep it real here. You know, we have no specific allegiances to not speak the truth. I think some people have agendas, and we don't. So let's move into the housekeeping. Daniel, my good brother, what have you been up to, my man? What have you been playing, watching, etc.?
I finished all of Resident Evil 9 in like 3 sittings.
Nice. You and me both.
So that's a really good game. I think that there's a pretty solid chance that's going to end up being my game of the year at the end of the year still. Because I truly don't know what else planned this year is gonna hit for me personally better than that. So I do have some complaints with it. Like, I don't think it's a perfect game, but I think it's about as close to perfect as I could have possibly expected it to be.
What was some of your favorite parts, if you had to say, without I guess telling too much? But
yeah, I really like the Grace sections, specifically the basically the first half of the game is like primarily you're playing as Grace. Like obviously you switch back and forth between Leon, but you're spending a lot more time as Grace in the first half. And I think those sections are really, really good. I think the way that they pace those out, the way that they like make you actually terrified is better than any of the games have done in a long time. Like they captured the survival horror aspects way better than they have since probably maybe like Resident Evil 3, like not counting the remakes. Like it's been a while. We went pretty action heavy for a minute, and the Leon sections are still that. So I think this is a really good combination of like the two different eras of
Resident Evil.
Of Resident Evil.
You know,
to the point where
I had someone tell me that like the Leon sections are more or less how he was in Part 6. Now I haven't played Part 6, so I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I actually weirdly found myself like taking more damage as Leon than Grace. But he is getting into a lot more crazy shit, to be fair.
Yeah.
I have a couple of like small nitpicks with it that none of them like really ruin the game for me. There's one boss fight in particular that I'm like, oh, we're literally just doing this again. Cool. And I think that one doesn't work for me, and it kind of comes out of nowhere and just doesn't serve the narrative of the game very well.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think that was more fan service than anything.
100%. And that's exactly what it was. And like, you know, and I get it. But what it felt like is we just had this model, so you're going to fight it now. I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
It's customary. You're right. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to say much more than that, but yeah, it just seemed like it just had to happen because of the time and place and the person involved, you know?
Yeah. I think that the final boss fight is a little disappointing in terms of just like it's really, really easy. Maybe if you play on Insanity, it's not, but like I think it's just maybe a little bit too easy. And then there's, again, just a nitpick, but I'm not a huge fan of, I guess not Grace's voice actor, but like the direction that they gave her. Because at a certain point, we're like at the end of the game, and she's still like stuttering every word. And I'm like, babe, you can't. We've been through too much. You can't be doing this to just like a guy in a coat. Like
I kind of
because it's supposed to be that she's like afraid, which I get. I totally get. She's like a desk agent who got put into the shit. I get it. But after you finish the hospital section, nothing that she deals with from that point on is even half as scary. She shouldn't be going like, what are we doing? It's like, and it's every line. It's not like she goes in and out of it whenever, you know, something spooky is happening. It's every time she's talking to anybody. She's in a room by herself, just her and Leon.
What's going on?
And everything's fine and everyone's okay, and she's still doing it. And I'm like, brother,
I noticed that too.
I think the voice actress is really talented, but it's like that had to have been just a direction choice that they gave her. That I'm like,
I think so too.
She's got to stop at some point. Please.
I guess they really wanted to sell the thought that she was just, you know, she was not some skilled, you know, agent like Leon or Chris.
For sure.
You know.
But, you know, once you've been doing this for 10 hours or whatever, like there's a very like a trigger point where it should have stopped. And like, and I won't spoil anything obviously, but there's a bit where she's literally like, okay, I have to go fight this boss now.
Right.
And she like takes it upon herself to like go and do this thing and be brave and like do this thing
victoriously.
And it's like, hey man, once you do that and win and succeed, maybe because nothing that she deals with for the rest of the game is even a tenth as tough as that. Right. She has like I think 1 or 2 more gameplay sections from that point on.
That's true.
And it's
I mean
it's
you could say that one of the big bosses that she came across would be as terrifying, but she didn't face him.
Yeah, she didn't fight him.
So
she was in the room, I guess. But yeah, but she's doing it to just like there's a character who shows up in the second half who's just like a white dude in a coat, and she's like talking like that to him, and I'm like,
yeah.
Did you not remember what you just did like 1 hour ago?
I do get that, and I it's a small nitpick, but I did feel
for sure. It doesn't
bit.
ruin the game or take me out of it too much, but there were definitely points where I'm like, Grace, you gotta stop, honey. It's time.
One of my thing was with her like breathing. Like I've heard gameplay from the Ethan guy from 7, and even when when he stopped running, he was. I'm like, dude, did you sang out of more cardio than me? Like, why are you act like that? You're in a safe room now. You're safe. You're still like hyperventilating.
We don't. Hey, I mean, spoilers, I guess, for those games, but he's like not even fully a person by the end of those games. He's like goo or some shit. So maybe he don't have lungs like we got.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
Also, he's like, if I remember correctly, he's like not a cop or anything. He's just a dude.
I don't remember his job,
pretty
but
sure
yeah,
he's just a
I
dude.
think he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Because in 7 he's just going to Louisiana to find his wife who went missing. I don't know that if they say his job, it doesn't matter. Like he could be a lawyer or some shit. But he's not like Special Agent Chris Redfield or some shit. You know, he's just a dude.
Yeah. I will say, I agree with some of those thoughts. My thing for me was some of the parts I felt were unnecessary. Even with the part where you said that the fan service part happened. Right before that was that little section we played as, you know what I'm talking about, the flashback. And it was like, oh, did we need to do that, though?
Well, because I don't think it was bad necessarily. Like the gameplay aspect of that was fine. It was like, okay, cool, we're doing like a little stealth section, cool, whatever. But I just feel like it ends up not mattering.
That's
like,
what I said. Like it didn't feel like that was needed.
Because the character, well, I shouldn't say anymore, but it's just like, that's not any of us. Like that's not what we're doing. That's a different thing almost.
Yeah, it's like it added small context, but it was like you could have done that by just showing a cutscene. But
yeah,
whatever.
There's some, and you know, one of the things we're going to probably talk about in the news rundown is that they announced like DLC for it.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll address some of these things in that. But it's like one of the other things that, again, nitpick, because now I'm complaining about things that are not in it instead of things that are wrong with it, which is, I always hate that. But
yeah,
there is a part where it's like, you know, this isn't spoilers, this is the game, there's a new thing where it's like people who survived Raccoon City have this disease that's like a long-term infection, basically. And that's what Leon has in the trailer. That's why he's got the black stuff on him.
Yeah.
And there's part of me where I'm like, okay, we hear about some of the characters who we know would have been exposed to that, but I would like to know, like, what do we do with those other like 4 or 5 guys?
Well, the game kind of
I'm sure they're fine.
The game kind of shows you when it switches to Leon, it says this is the 6th body we found. So some of them like died and succumbed to it.
So, yeah, but I have to assume that those aren't the characters I'm talking about, because it wouldn't be like that's not Ada.
You're saying
you know
not
what
worthwhile
I mean?
people. I get you. Yeah. Not named character. The red shirts, basically.
The biggest named person that it could have been is like Carlos, because we're never talking to Carlos again.
Or Rebecca,
like, I'm sorry.
Or Rebecca, all right. Or
no, Rebecca wasn't there. She was she wasn't in 2 or 3. She was off.
Well, she was
during
in
the
0.
Raccoon City incident. Yeah. She was in Europe with Chris, so she's fine.
Wait, but was she? Okay, yeah, she was gone.
Her,
by the time.
Chris,
right.
And
yeah, you're right.
some of the other random stars people.
Yeah, because
I don't think we got that.
She was in 0, and wasn't she in 1 a little bit? I think she was in 1 too, but she was definitely in 0.
Is that? She is in 0, but that's you know, Arclay Mountain. That's different. I guess she could have been exposed there, but then if 0 and 1 count, then that's a whole different like. Now we're really including like a lot of people.
I would
now it's like, well,
I could
hold
see
on.
though why, like, because 2 is some time after, but I mean, like you said, I did enjoy her section like that at first. I will say though, the way she runs was so annoying to me.
Grace.
Yeah, because
she got a real. I don't. Were you playing first person? I know. Actually, no. I know you were playing third person.
At first, I did first person, and then I switched to third person because her run was so unreliable. I couldn't tell what was going on.
It's very slow. I do think that's one of the things that I noticed that they do change, because you know how her voice doesn't really change. She doesn't stop being scared. Her movements, animation wise, if you're playing third person, they do become more confident.
Yeah.
Like her reloading, her movement, all that shit, like, becomes noticeably like she's more confident by the end of the game. And I think that's great.
That is true. Also,
no,
you get
right,
those
definitely
stabilizers and such to help you too.
Yeah.
But I would also say she was stumbling all over herself at first, which made sense. But it was like, she was doing basically the white lady in a horror movie fall. Like, it was like, lady, please stop falling.
Yeah, that whole hotel section is pretty much affected that. Yeah.
But other than that, I did enjoy it, man. I really did. I've beaten it 3 times.
Oh, it's so good. I think on GG I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5. Because I was like
a little higher than me. I gave it a 9 out of 10, so just slightly higher.
I was like, this is that would be a 9 out of 10 basically.
That's the
yeah,
same.
that's the
I
same.
thought it was like a 9 point. Wouldn't that be like a 9
No,
point? You said
4
No, because you basically just double it.
It's times 2. Yeah.
Oh,
it's 9.
Okay, so we're about the same. All right. I'm not used to the star system. I'm more used to the 10 out of 10
Yeah,
system.
GG only has the
Yeah.
has the 1 through 5 like letterbox because it's just letterbox but for video games.
I
so.
see. Yeah, I'm thinking in my head 4.5 must mean 9.5. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I mean, I could see myself giving it 9.5 because I do think that it is in that like masterpiece territory. Like by
It's
grading
close.
by like
It's
by
close
like
in my
general like. If I was grading this on replay, where we're very specifically like, you know, we're trying to use the whole scale, we're being like very specific and strict, I would probably leave it at 9. But if I'm looking at it in terms of like how the rest of the industry grades shit, I'd probably give it a 10 because frankly, it's better than a lot of the games that have gotten 10s.
Yeah. Also, you got to look at your own enjoyment, right? Like even if it's the standard of saying this, right? I got
great things out of it. When you walk, I hope this isn't a spoiler because it's also in the trailer. So I'm sorry if this ruins anything for anybody. But when you do get to the police department,
RPD
from the trailer, and it starts kicking in the Resident Evil 2 music, I was like, baby,
I like that. I like that. I actually had an image of that I posted on Twitter with my like completion stats and stuff. I that image in particular, I loved it.
It was like we're home.
Yeah, man. It felt like we're going home, basically. And part 2, funny enough, OG part 2 is my actual favorite in the series. So Leon has always been
I haven't
one of my
played the
favorites.
remakes.
I haven't either, actually.
No, they're good.
The only of the remakes that I've played is 4.
I haven't played 4. I haven't played 2, 3, or 4 remake. So I'm going to make it my mission to get through 6, 7, 8, and the remakes. Yeah. Now, I played the originals, obviously, but yeah. I'm behind. What's up, Soil Tech, my brother? What's good? TZ, what's up? What's up, Gray Monad Armad? What's up, brother? What's up, Spider? What's up, Nero? I'm not sure if you guys are still around. What's up, Newscast? What's up, brother? Yeah, man. I know we got to get moving. So what else did you have? Anything else you got
The only other thing I had was live action One Piece. I watched the first 3 episodes of that last night.
Yes, sir.
It's really good. There is an aspect. Season 2 for me so far is starting to get to a point where the separation from the anime and this new take on it is like starting to get a little jarring. And I mean that in a multitude of ways. So there's a couple of things where it's like that character, I know we got told he was there like 400 episodes later, but we didn't see him there when we were there at this time. So it does feel weird.
I know exactly
what you're talking
about.
There's like 2 or 3 of those and I'm only 3 episodes in.
Yep.
So there's a lot of like we're just saying things that normally we wouldn't find out until like 100 chapters from now.
Yeah,
like
I noticed that too. Yeah,
there's a bit where who is it? Crocus in episode 3.
Yeah,
just like fully name drops the name of the island at the end of the Grand Line, like the actual name. Not, and I'm like,
I didn't notice that
already. Part. I'm like, brother, we're what?
It was like
we just got to the Grand Line. We're not supposed to find out the name of that place for like 600 episodes.
I mean, to be fair, like this is like covered only like 13% of the total One Piece, so they're gonna have to cut some things and get to the point. They're not gonna have thousands of episodes for this.
No,
you know that.
I would be shocked if the live action makes it to like Wano. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can make it to the Paramount War, that's all I'm hoping for, frankly.
You're talking about
like Marine Ford.
Marine Ford. Now, if they get the Marine, I think they got to get past Marine Ford though, because that's so monumental.
I hope they do, but all I'm hoping for is that as long as they got to make it past the 4 Kids dub, they got to make it past Skypiea,
for real,
and then we'll be some good there.
I would say maybe it could be tied up by. Well, no, it's tough to really say. Actually, it's kind of tough to say, but. Because I don't know any good point that is like, all right, that's a way to end it. I don't know.
There's no like place to stop. Like it's very much like we're going on this just constant adventure since the last 30 years or whatever.
Exactly.
But and then the other part of it that's like kind of getting on me a little bit is because it's live action. There's a lot of the like specifically the fighting that they're doing where I'm like, that doesn't feel right. Like I know that the Straw Hat Crew in the anime has been whooping ass. Like I know I've seen it. I've seen them do it. But there's something different about watching it in like, you know, an anime and then watching it in live action, and there's like blood spatters, and Zoro's like slitting people's throats.
I love that they actually have him cutting people because like you should be, right?
And Robin's like using her
Murdering
powers to make
people.
people shoot themselves in
Yeah.
the head, and
That
I'm like,
one took me
I
by
don't
surprise.
know, dude. Like, there's something about this where it's like, you can't do that,
So
and
it's a
then
little
the
too
next
real, huh?
scene, well, it's because it's so jarring, because
I
it's
get
like,
you.
okay, yeah, Zoro just slit this man's throat, and then the next scene is Luffy like eating pie, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
hey, nothing like some pie after some blood.
there's something about just like the jump between like, and it's not like ultra violent. They're not doing like John Wick shit,
right.
but like compared to what you see in the anime at this point, a lot more like bloody. And then pairing that with, but we're gonna do anime accurate Baroque work costumes that look like a bunch of dumbasses. Like,
I love that they did that
it's-
though. I love
and
that
I love
they're
it. I do.
embracing all of that.
But there is an aspect of it where I'm like, these things feel so at odds with each other. Like, if you're gonna do that, maybe don't also do the blood spatter and the I just murdered a bunch of dudes for fun.
I
stuff,
feel like,
you know,
I get you on it, and I do understand that. But I would say like Zoro should be doing that if he's cutting people, right? He has a katana. He has 3 of them. They should be cutting people in half. So I kind of like, yeah, that in a real life, take on it. There should be blood splattering out. What's up, Biff? So I do get you though, but it's off-putting. I understand it. I thought the same.
It's like if you're adapting a thing that is a certain rating, maybe
Yeah.
stick pretty close to that.
I get
like,
you. Yeah.
You can make it a little bit more, but it's just like, I don't know. Maybe don't have his swords be just like covered in blood for this entire episode, or like, I don't know.
What I will
It's
say
just-
is I'm
feels
impressed by their physiques because this guy actually put in work to get himself fit. Same thing with the Alvida lady who plays Alvida, who lost weight for her role she did when she got the sube fruit, I believe the sube no sube, whatever it's called, the slip.
The slip fruit.
And she actually lost weight in real life like Alvida did in the anime or in the manga. So I'm actually very not surprised, but very not proud. What's the word I want to use here? I'm very pleased. I should say that
impressed.
Impressed that this crew is actually putting in work. Like they really care. You can see it. Like the guy who's playing Zoro, he looks like a real life Zoro. The guy who's playing Luffy, and I hate saying
Luffy.
I hate saying Luffy. I'm sorry.
Get on out of
I
here.
do. I hate it. I hate it with the passion of
I'm at it.
1,000 fiery suns.
I'm right. Okay.
Because like just phonetically, it's like come on, tough. What's tough? Tough and toughy wouldn't.
But
be.
you don't spell tough that way.
But if I said toughy, it wouldn't be like toofy. It would be toughy. Same thing with Luffy. Luffy would.
That's not a
wouldn't
word
be Luffy.
though.
I know, but still.
I get it. Like I understand.
You're trying to apply logic to the English language.
That's true.
The English
never gonna
language
work.
doesn't actually have.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
We got so many
And
words
the
that
English
say it the
version
same
of,
way that mean different things. That's
yeah.
true too. Yeah.
and then it's also like the English written version of a name that is meant to be written in like katakana. It's
Yeah.
like, and it doesn't really translate exactly perfect.
That's fair.
But,
I
yeah,
just hate it.
It's messy.
I just hate it. And even when like who I hate
Yeah.
who says it the most? My man, the fisherman. What's his name?
Jinbei?
Jinbei. He'd be like Luffy Kun. I'd be like, no.
You can't be mean to Jinbei.
I love
He's my
Jinbei, but I
boy.
hate with a passion
my
when he says his
boy.
name like that.
Yeah,
You
that's
Luffy Kun. I'd be like, ugh, it's
Oh
Luffy.
man.
But you
Will
know
we
what?
get him eventually? These fishermen have not been looking great in the show.
I actually
I
want to
will
see
say-
how they play that off too. I want to see how he looks in live action.
Yeah, I'd be excited. I will say they probably shouldn't have, because I think it just really showed how outclassed some, not all, but some of the actors in this show are. They did a thing right before season 2 came out where it was all of the actors with all the voice actors. And
Oh,
they
I
did
saw that.
the bit where they like put their boot
Their
up
foot
on
up
the thing,
yeah.
and they're like, "I'm gonna be king of the pirates," and every single time the voice actor just fucking crushed it. And the
It's
and the
because we
live
have a
action actor
bias,
was
though.
like,
we have a
sure,
bias.
but then
yeah.
like like the Zoro one in particular, and I love the Zoro guy. He plays the One Piece card game, but he plays Emu, so he's a scumbag. But he does it, and he's like, "I'm gonna be the best swordsman in the world," and then and then the voice actor is like, going hard, and you're like, bro,
He's like, good and gonna sit and get that. And like, yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you're like-
they sound
you're
so
like,
much
we're
better.
not-
You're not wrong. I heard and I was like,
we're
damn.
not in the same park here. Like,
Especially like the ones who got me the most were Luffy's. It was Luffy's voice actor and Usopp, his voice actor, spectacular.
Usopp's- yeah.
Yeah, Usopp.
Yeah.
Usopp. I keep saying Usopp. Usopp's
Yes.
voice actor. Although I think the actor did a good job of trying to say it.
Oh, I think they all do a good job.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
they just
Wow,
outclass them. It's the truth.
Yeah, the voice actors do outclass them, and they've had a lot more experience, to be fair. But also, I think everyone's really great casting. I don't think what's his name, Inoki Godoy, the guy playing Luffy. I don't think he's a good actor. I think he is just real world Luffy, and that helps.
Yeah.
But
You know-
whenever he has to do something like
Dramatic.
or
Yeah.
like, have an emotion other than I'm happy,
Yeah.
he doesn't crush it. Like, he's not nailing it.
I do get what you're saying on that. I think
Yeah.
his acting isn't the greatest. What's up, Stilo? I think the problem is that Luffy in general is typically very happy. So it's
Right.
tough to
Yeah.
translate that well. Because Luffy is honestly a tough character to translate well because he's always happy, typically.
Yeah.
It's very rare
But,
that
like-
he's not. And, you have to convey that with smiles and shouts and laughter. That's
Right.
typically what he has to do.
But those moments in the anime or the manga where he does get serious, like, those are some of the most impactful moments of the whole series. And I don't know
Yeah.
that this guy's got it in him to deliver
I get
on
you.
those scenes.
I would
you
say
know?
season 1 when he fought against, what's my man name? The Shark Man?
Arlong.
When he fought against Arlong.
He
I thought he did okay on that part.
he did okay. He
Yeah.
did do okay, and he's gonna get better. If the show goes on, he's gonna get more and more experience. He's gonna act in more and more things, and so he will theoretically get better. But like, there are things coming up that I need him to do better than he did that.
I get
Like,
you.
on a personal, emotional level,
Yeah.
I need him. If we get to Paramount War, and he's still acting with the same level of like ability that he is right now,
Yeah.
it's not going to do it.
It's not gonna have
It's
that
just
payoff.
not going to get it done. If we get to him fighting Kuma, and he's still at the same level he's at, it's not going to hit. It's not going to hit at all.
I get you. Maybe he can go to an acting coach or something to express that more. It's just tough, man, to really translate that well. I will say, though, he surprised. Every time I see him, I'm like, this dude is a real life. He looks
He's
just
the
like
real
him
guy.
in real life.
He's just the real guy.
Yeah. Like, damn, like he really looks like him. Even a guy, Usopp, he looks like he would be the real life Usopp. And the guy who plays Sanji is pretty accurate for the most part.
Sanji's hair kind of pisses me off. But
somewhat, yeah.
Sanji's hair did kind of piss me off. I'm not a huge fan of that.
He seems a little more happier than Sanji typically is. That's one thing I would
Maybe
say.
I think they had to replace the being super horny a little bit, because that in live action would not play well, and so they correctly chose to downplay that.
Yeah, not me swan.
So and I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
it would be
love
really
that
weird
part
coming
about
out
him
of that
though.
guy.
I like that he's like a super horn dog for ladies. Well, not even a horn dog, but just a lover boy type,
There sometimes it's fine, but a lot of the time in the anime, it just gets creepy.
Yeah. They paid him back by Oda putting him on the island with the trans, basically with the trans characters. That was hilarious, and he was running away all the time, and it built up his like strength and stamina.
He's very strong.
That was hilarious. I forgot the name. I mean, I wish my memory is so terrible in trying to remember all these things. But I thought that was hilarious. So that was kind of like his come up and going to that, getting sent to that island.
Be like, hey man, shoes on the other foot now.
Yeah. Now you're the one being chased around by being idle, looked at it.
But then they go straight to Fishman Island, and he almost dies because he gets such a bad nosebleed from being super horny.
Oh,
and you're
he
like,
sure does.
what did you learned nothing?
Yeah, he should. He floated in the air at the archipelago. What is that? How do you say that word? The
Archipelago.
Archipelago. Thank you. I always mess it up. The archipelago. When he got back there, he was swimming in the air with it. But look, we got to get past this Crusader, my man. I'm sorry about that hold, but what have you been up to, my man? What have you been playing, watching, etc.?
So I have finished Fire Red on. Well, I wouldn't say finished, but I beat the Elite Four on in Fire Red on the Switch too.
What's your team?
I don't quite remember the full team that I beat it with. It was so
You're
it was
supposed to bond with
definitely
your boys.
it was definitely Blastoise, Kadabra. I've been playing so many different Pokemon games, so I'm trying to remember which one was in which one.
You're hopping back and forth between different Pokemon games at the same time?
No, because I'm just not doing the. I don't want to do the post game in Fire Red right now.
No, yeah,
So
you don't have to for sure. But like,
I am but yeah, it was Blastoise, Kadabra, Primeape,
okay.
Raichu, Rhydon, and I can't remember the last one. But now I am playing I've been testing out and trying a bunch of different ROM hacks. I have a little like home lab that we have set up that I have set up a bunch of ROMs on with RetroArch. And I am playing a bunch of Pokemon ROM hacks, and I'm playing a really good one right now that's probably better than any 2D Pokemon game that exists on its own. And it's called Pokemon Unbound.
Oh.
It is there's no new Pokemon in it, but it is an entirely new region with its own gyms and everything, and it has all of the Pokemon up to and through 8th gen.
Oh, that's dope.
But it's a ROM hack for Pokemon Emerald. It's either Emerald or Fire Red. But it's
this
completely.
is a fan-made one. Then you're talking about.
It's basically a totally fan-made Pokemon game, but there's
Okay.
no new Pokemon in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. The story is The story is completely fan done. All of the areas and and it's got updated mechanics. So it has like Mega Evolutions. It has like Dynamaxing. It has the Z moves. It has like all of the legendaries have like different encounters and stuff like that. And I'm having a great time playing it. And after I finish this one, there's an update for another one that I've been that I thought was good, but I knew there was an update coming, so I was holding off. And it's called Pokemon ROWE. And I don't remember what the R stands for, but it's Open World Emerald. And it's Pokemon Emerald, but what if there was no restrictions on which town or anything you could go to? And every time you finish a gym badge, the world levels up, and so everything scales with your team as you go through the game. So like you could challenge what would normally be the 8th gym first, and the Pokemon at that gym would be weaker because they'd be scaled to what you would expect the first gym to be.
Well, that's canon to the anime to some extent.
Yeah.
It's like the gym leaders are supposed to use different like numbers of Pokemon depending on how many badges you have when you challenge them.
And but what's really cool about that is they've been doing a ton of work there. That has every Pokemon up through Gen 9, including the regional variants from the Legends games. It also has every Mega Evolution across all of them. The only thing that's missing is they haven't incorporated a bunch of the legendaries, but it has an additional 8 gyms that they added that take place in the Sevi Islands, which were the post game of Fire Red and Leaf Green, which is part of the reason I don't want to do the post game in Fire Red, because I want to explore the islands in this. And they added 8 gyms to those islands, and they're all the Johto gym leaders. And they're also planning in a future update to add Kanto to the game and add all 8 of those gyms as well. So it'll be 24 gyms in the game.
What gen are they on in Pokemon now?
9th.
10th.
So 10th was announced, and it's coming out next year.
Okay.
So they're on 9th gen. Officially, the last game to release for 9th gen as part of the gen proper was Legends ZA. Pokopia just released, but it is, and it's like taking the world by storm. But it is technically not part of the gen. It is a proper spin-off because it doesn't. It's a totally functionally different game completely. Like there's no battling in it. It's a completely different structure. They count the Legends games like the Pokemon Company does as a portion of their like main line now. I'm
hearing nothing but good things for Pokopia, by the way. What's up, Zach Riley? Zach Riley even pointed it out.
My friend who has been she loves Pokemon, but she's been pretty down on Pokemon recently because of gestures as to why. She hasn't been able to put this game down, and I know she's already like finished the main story in it, and she's given it a 5 out of 5 already on backlogged. She's like, it's excellent. It's like if you enjoy the cozy games like Animal Crossing. It's that with like significantly more depth.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's how I
a
heard it described.
surprising level of depth.
Yeah, like it's a few people that I know. Lucius, Augustus, Black Viking. Who else? Obviously Zach. What's up, Zach? A few other people who have said how do you say it again?
Pokopia.
Hold on.
Pokopia.
You're struggling. You're really
Poketopia.
struggling. Nope.
There's no T.
Oh, no T. Pokopia.
Pokopia.
Oh, okay. I'm saying Potopia, like
Yeah.
Utopia. Okay, Pokopia. Pokopia. I've heard nothing but praise. So, would you all say, Zach, in the chat, would you say it's possibly a Game of the Year contender?
Yeah, almost certainly, which is hilarious.
I mean, Nintendo is almost always there at the end of the year, as we know. So, I wouldn't be.
It'll
surprised.
get nominated, but it won't win.
Yeah.
I concur with that. I think there's gonna be better.
Okay.
It's gonna
Like-
be Resident Evil, baby.
So
but,
far, Resident Evil for me as well. But Zach says yes for him. Yeah.
In 4 days, it sold 2.2 million copies. For context, that is 1 in 8 Switch 2 owners has bought a copy of this game.
Now, that's impressive in
and-
general, but like it seems minuscule compared to. But I know those numbers are
It's
gonna be
only on Switch 2.
right. Oh, it's not on Switch 1. Okay.
No,
Gotcha.
it is only on Switch 2. So it is
Gotcha.
sold to 1 in 8 potential customers.
Yeah.
Which is
Pretty good.
insane.
Yeah.
It's also already the like 4th best-selling Pokemon spin-off of all time.
Oh, damn.
It's going to be the #1 Pokemon spin-off. It is actually probably going to be the game that moves the most Switch 2s.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous to say, because when they unveiled this game, I laughed at it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes.
They all
Most
laughed
people
at you.
did.
They all laughed at me. But I mean, like, from what I saw, it did seem like a nice little cozy type of game. Like, it's not really my style of game, but it is. I'm happy that people are loving it. I'm always happy to see a game, do well. But yeah, I mean, like, not to try to diminish the numbers, because that many sold in a day or two is obviously impressive. It was, for instance, on Xbox or PlayStation. I just kind of look at Nintendo as we start to see like 38 million copies of this game sold. So I'm guessing I'm kind of looking at it in a wrong lens.
The most it could sell right now is like 17 million copies. Like, that's how many Switch 2s exist, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So like it has an attach rate of 1 in 8, so like 12%. That's higher than the attach rate for most exclusive games in general.
What's the attach rate on like PlayStation for their first party?
I believe it's like somewhere between 5 and 8%.
Sheesh.
Yeah, like that. And
Lower
note,
than I
that's
thought.
like 9 million copies sold, right? At the end of a generation, it's like usually it's something like that. And Spider-Man is obviously different. That game has a much higher attach rate. But like Nintendo has an obscenely high attach rate in general. But like this game, you can't find it anywhere. You physically can't find physical copies of it or Resident Evil 9 like anywhere.
That must be different where I'm at, because
You can find the physical copies?
of Pokopia. Yeah, I was just at GameStop like yesterday, and they had a stack of them.
Yeah, because like in a lot of areas, like especially on Amazon and stuff, you can't. It's back ordered. You have to wait for it to come. It's like not it. They're sold out in a lot of places. So like, and I think it sold like 1 million copies in Japan specifically, which in itself is crazy. I expect that game to move Switch 2 consoles.
For sure. I'm gonna end up having to get a Switch 2 at some point, probably this year, hopefully before the price goes up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So.
But that's all I've been doing. I've been playing Pokemon a lot. And the way I have it set up, my emulator runs off of a device in basement, and I can play it on any device in my house through a web browser.
Oh, look at you. You fancy. Soil Tech says, fun fact, Umbra likes tea more than coffee. He said that's why he had to put a T in there. Poketopia for the win. No.
Yeah.
And Luke Steele, what's up, Luke? He says, not even in the cozy style games, but Pocopia absolutely has me. It's excellent and the closest thing to Viva Pinata. That's the other one I heard it compared to is Viva Pinata.
Yep. Viva Pinata is another one.
He says he's in Tokyo at the moment, and it's absolutely everywhere. Luke, how dare you not invite me and pay for my ticket to go to Tokyo with you? Like, come on. Like, selfish. No, enjoy it out there, brother. Be safe. You and the missus. Yeah, like I'm happy to see that it's doing well. I mean, I know there was a lot of, I think, I don't want to say consternation, but there was a lot of issues people had with seeing Game Freak come up with this new game they had, and we're like, where are the good-looking Pokemon games? Basically, I was hearing. So it seems like they've kind of quickly rebounded. It seems.
Winds and Waves looks visually, I mean, it doesn't look incredible,
Yeah,
but it's definitely a massive step up.
Yeah,
right. It looks good for a Pokemon game.
It looks very good for a Pokemon game.
Then he like, let's not get carried away here.
Look, man,
I think that the greatest mistake Pokemon ever made was moving to 3D.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can have it, right? But I think balance is the key, right? Because you still have some. I prefer the top-down view too, the Zelda style, you know. So, but I get what you mean.
No. So I mean, like specifically, like the battles and everything. Like the sprites don't. When you have those 3D models, they've tried to make them look really faithful to the like original designs, like the designs that they look like in the anime.
Right.
The problem is they don't add any damn textures to the things.
Oh.
So they're these flat, smooth-looking creatures, and that makes them like when you have those little 2D sprites that like don't have like there's only so much detail you can do in a 2D pixel sprite. So it leaves a lot for the imagination.
You know what they need then, right?
When you have it in a 3D model and you're wrapping that kind of texture around it and trying to be as true as possible.
Yeah.
And like you're not adding things like scale or fur or things like that, like that kind of level of detail, because like again, the that's very not as true to the anime. And in fact, if you look at where they have done it, like in the Detective Pikachu movie, kind of looks weird.
Yeah, you know what they need though, right? They need that.
Looks bad.
They need that Unreal Engine, baby. I'm telling you. You know what? It's a game out there. You all have seen it. It's the one using the Black Space Engine that Crimson Desert is using. We saw it some time back at the showcase. What was that? What is the name of that game? It's like a knockoff of Pokemon and Dokev.
I've never heard of it.
Y'all, does anyone remember Dokev?
I remember it, but I don't think I know anybody who touched it if it's out.
Oh, it's not out yet, no. But that game looks so damn amazing. And that Black Space Engine is quickly becoming one of my favorites. You know I'm a Unreal Engine stan, but I'm looking at the Black Space like, you might get pushed out of the way if this gets some more traction, Unreal. But Unreal is so, as Kay would say, prolific. It's being used everywhere, so I can't, quite sacrifice it. But if you look at that engine, it is phenomenal looking, the games that play on it. And Dokev is what I believe the evolution of Pokemon should look like. Let me just play it so you all can see what I'm talking about.
They have a severe problem. Like, they can't veer the original designs too much because people will hate it.
Right.
If they do too much to the original designs, which limits how much they can do, which is why the 3D will always look kind of bad, in my opinion, because there's only so much detail they can add before it starts to not look like what it was originally, and people will freak out.
You just have to make the 3D world look like it's in the Pokemon anime and not try and make it look like the real world.
Exactly.
And that's where they're kind of fucking up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's because Pokemon has such a specific art style. Like, that's one of the issues that older fans like myself have had with the last generation and a half now, and with these new starters even, is the looking at them, you're like, this just does not, this feels like it's from a spin-off or like a rip-off, and not all of them, but specifically in Paldea, so many of those Pokemon, you're like, Sugimori would never in his life have drawn Knackley. That would not have come out of that man. He would not have thought of Espathra. He would that's not a thing. Like, they're so complicated at this point that they don't they don't hit the same like artistic notes that the older ones did. Not that they're worse necessarily, it's just a different art style. And so when you end up sticking them next to like a Gen 1 Pokemon, you're like, that shit looks like a Digimon. Like that doesn't look like, you put Cinderace next to Charizard and you're like, what happened?
It's actually kind of crazy though. If you take some of the ones that were designed in 3D and like look at what they and like have like someone port them back into like 2D, they look way better.
Yeah.
Like so many of them look like because like this like the game that I'm playing is a 2D GBA ROM hack, right? But it has up through Gen 8, and so many of the Pokemon that I think have like really weird looking, strange designs look so much better in 2D. It's crazy.
Mm.
Which is why I think that like I truly think that Pokemon peaked with Black and White too, where they had like the animated sprites, where it was the 2D sprites, but they were like animated and like had like different like idle animations during battle and stuff like that.
Check the screen, guys. Yeah.
I have to refresh because I don't.
Now
think
this looks like it's a little childish looking a little bit, but it's basically an evolution of Pokemon. Look at
this
particle
looks like
effects.
an AI generated Pokemon.
Oh, is it was it Pikmon? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, this is the Dokev or Dokev.
Oh, Dokev.
Yeah.
Look
how phenomenal this engine looks, though.
If you hadn't have told me that like this was an actual video game, I actually would have genuinely thought that this was some AI generated nonsense.
They had the benefit of this being made and shown 4 years ago, I believe. So, not to say the AI wasn't around, but the AI wasn't capable of doing this yet. This is very much an engine thing they're doing here. I'm just impressed. Like, this engine is crazy. The particle effects, you see it in this. You also, if you watch any of the Crimson Desert gameplay, it looks phenomenal. The particle effects.
See,
I'm so worried about the performance of that game.
That's one of my biggest like pet peeves in video games. Is they're like, we have a new engine now. Let's throw 5,000 fucking particle effects on everything. So every time you open a window in this video game, it feels like you're getting sandblasted by leaves and sparkles.
Yeah. And Zach, I know about Amino too. Amino, I believe, might use the same engine. Amino, it might. That one I think is coming to Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken, as well, or at least to Xbox. I know that. I saw it, the Amino one. But the Dokev here, though, looks like a grander scale to me.
When is this supposed to even come out?
I don't know. It's been 4 years since it was announced.
I was say, is this vaporware?
Is this a real video game?
I think it'll come out, but I think it'll. I don't know, like their time schedule, because this is I think it's part of the I think the Korean developers, and they just have their own kind of
Is this Pokemon Star Citizen?
Yeah.
Lol.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's coming to Game Pass, the Amino game. The Amino looks similar to this, but not quite as grand. But it has certain visual flares that looks close to this. This game just looks look at this. Look how phenomenal that looks.
Did you see that they sent for the review copy of for Digital Foundry for what is it, the other game, the game that's coming out in like 2 days?
Oh, Crimson Desert.
Like a week. Yeah, did you see that instead of like sending them a review code, they sent them a PS5 Pro with it pre-installed on it?
Really?
Digital Foundry for their review.
That's odd.
There's going to be no console reviews besides that before launch.
Why in the world is...
I'm very worried about how the performance of that game is going to be.
It's a little worrisome. I will say that gives me much more... Yeah, GTA Pokemon for sure, Zach. This gives me more reason to be happy that I have a PC. I mean, I know you all do too, but I'm going to be playing Crimson Desert. I already have it pre-ordered and ready. I'm playing it on the old 4080 Super, so I am going to be playing it just fine, and I think I'll have enough overhead.
Which one Crimson Desert is? Hold on.
Crimson Desert is, hold on. I can pull it.
There's
up.
like 400 different games that I feel like have had that same name. Is it the MMO one?
It's the one that looks like it would be an MMO one, but isn't.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
in terms
Black
of, like,
Desert
how
is
it
the one
plays.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Here it is, right here. But yeah, I see why you said that. This was going to be an MMO. Funny enough.
Yeah.
But the Black Desert MMO is one that you're speaking of. But Yeah, this was going to be that, and this also has that case of so much going on in the world, much like the Doge V. I wonder if that's their kind of styling of their Ubisoft-esque styling of giving you so much to do. I just hope it doesn't detract away from the overall gameplay of this game, because I am so damn excited for this. I'm like, I don't even know if I'll go live. That's how hard I'm going to be into this world. Like,
All right.
look how insane this looks.
Yeah, no, I won't take it from you.
Oh man, I'm excited, man. Like, seriously, look at the particle effects. Look at that.
Wow.
It looks look how great this looks, man. Look at this.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. Yeah.
Look at Danny. Danny is chomping at the bit to be cynical.
No, I mean, it's pretty. It's a pretty game.
I'm also with Danny mostly, but my cynicism towards the game is its like lack of like, and it's the reason that I couldn't really get into Breath of the Wild was that like it's a game that like kind of screams like there should be like a massive overarching narrative, and supposedly there really isn't one. There's,
yeah,
like,
I'm hearing kind of rumor of that.
Total.
Yeah, I'm kind of hearing rumor of that.
Straight up from their interviews, like straight up, just what they've said.
That's what they said about this one.
Yeah,
was like,
this game is far more like an open world sandbox.
Oh boy.
Of like kind of collectathon.
You can tell it's a
things.
big sandbox. You can definitely tell that. So
yeah.
I mean, at this point,
I'm sure
I would say,
good, but it just
Sometimes
just,
let me ask you all:
really
does gameplay trump story for you?
No.
Depends on the genre of game. A game that looks like that and is action heavy like that, I need an equivalent narrative to go with it, or else I'm kind of bored.
Kind of in the same boat.
Pokemon.
For me,
a game like Pokemon, I don't need a story.
Yeah.
I mean, I would prefer to have one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm playing an action game, like a character action game, like a Devil May Cry or something, and there's not a good narrative in it, then within like an hour, I'm bored out of my fucking mind. I'm like, cool, I've seen the combos. That's the whole game. Cool.
Well, see,
I'm like, what is my reason for seeing this through?
What's your motivation,
you know what I mean?
as the actors would say? For me, Devil May Cry falls into the action takes more precedent than the story. But I do believe I agree with a massive game like this where it should have a sweeping story to go along with the sweeping, gigantic world that you're in.
I need a reason to care about a world this big.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, I'm torn on that. Devil May Cry would fit in more into the action taking precedent over the story. But something like that, which I've been comparing to like The Witcher, I'm going to need a Witcher-esque kind of story too. Witcher had a great story. Mm-hmm. So I don't think this will come close to that, unfortunately. Slow-mo says it depends on how good the gameplay is. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. He says if the gameplay is that good, I can deal with it. Yeah, like it has to be phenomenal, right? Yeah, Elden Ring is a perfect example where the combat outdoes the lack of story, where you have to piece things together and all that.
Well, for me, that one isn't even necessarily the gameplay so much as it's like the world design.
Yeah,
it's like that one makes up so much on the back end with just how much sauce that game has.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and like those games also have an extremely. It's not just that their gameplay is satisfying; it's that there's an extreme variance. Like every boss, big major boss, and there's a lot of them in every Souls-like. Are very unique and different. I'm not a big Souls fan, but I can respect that. And like that's a game where I'm not like necessarily like that's a style where I'm not necessarily looking for the greatest narrative in the world, and it's there. Like especially in Elden Ring. Elden Ring was probably their best effort.
They have a ton of lore in it. They don't have a ton of narrative. That's the problem.
Right, and that's fine. I can deal with that. That's fine with me. Like a game like Minecraft, when I'm playing GTNH with my friends, I don't need a story. I have does that make sense? Like
no, it makes sense.
I'm
That's not that type
highly
of game.
dependent on Fortnite. When I'm playing Fortnite online in doing a battle royale in the squad, I don't give a shit about story. Like that is truly where gameplay trumps, right? But like,
you don't like
if
the
I'm
story of
sitting
Fortnite?
down
That's
playing a single player action adventure RPG game, it has to come with the sauce.
Yeah,
because there's so many better options. There's so many other options that I could be playing that have that.
I hear you. So look, in the sake of time, because now it's about 8 something.
We have eaten. So
We
much
have,
between this and,
but this is worthwhile discussions, though. I'm not mad at it. So look, I don't know. Did we have anything major to speak on in the news roundup, Danny? Maybe 1 or 2 things.
Not super. There's the Resident Evil DLC. Basically, they were like, "Hey guys, there's this game did really really well, so we're gonna do a photo mode and we're gonna add a mini game, and then there's gonna be story DLC at some point."
Okay, let's go over
like
3 specific ones, then we'll move to the main so we can get through them.
Yeah.
So the news roundup.
PlayStation. Yeah, we can blow through a lot of these pretty fast, I think. Where should we go first?
You can start with the Resident Evil, since you already mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole story. I mean, that they're doing a photo mode, a mini game, and a story DLC. The photo mode and the mini game will be out pretty soon, and the story DLC, they're like, we're working on it. We're in development. So it'll probably like sometime next year.
It's a mistake not to just launch games in 2026 without a photo mode. That's free online engagement.
I am
don't
also
care
of
about
mind
photo
of
mode
that
at all, but sure.
I'm of that mind too, that I feel like every game should come with a photo mode. I'm not mad though if they include it after launch.
Post-launch at least.
Yeah, for sure.
The only time that I ever even know that there's a photo mode in a game is when I accidentally click into it, and or I'm going through the achievements later, and it's like, take a picture in photo mode. And I'm like, okay, here we go.
See, I'm the different type where you know how some people take pictures of their food. I'm the type to take pictures of my gameplay. Like I'll take a picture of something that in the world looks beautiful to me, and I'm like, wow, look at the art direction here. I'll take a picture of that, and I love that. So. Like people like yourself, Hargeet doesn't care about photo mode at all. Like
I don't need a photo mode. I can just hit the screenshot button. It's all the same to me.
Yeah. See me, man. I don't know. I love it. I feel like it's little memories to keep hold to, and I can go back like, oh man, look at this shot. You know, I've got so many images I've taken over the years of games. I'm just like, I go back to like, damn, that looks good, and it brings me back to that time. But you know, everyone's not the same when it comes to that. But I will say, photo mode, at least post-launch, like you said, I agree with.
Yeah.
Where I will say that 9 comes up short is that it didn't have anything outside of the story for you to do. It didn't have like mercenaries. That's a lot of people.
I think that's what the mini game will be.
Sure.
It's either going to be a shooting range or a mercenaries type thing.
For sure.
So
yeah. I will say, I would be pretty partial to some more Leon if they gave us some DLC. I would be more than happy to have more gameplay with him. Maybe you know, it's just his love interest, Ada, if she wanted to pop up.
Well, now hold on. have you seen this big debate about
him being married allegedly?
There's some vague reference to him maybe being married.
I saw that.
So now everyone's like, but who is it? Is it Claire? Is it Ada?
It better be Ada. Like, who else could it? I know I've seen the Claire people. It's like, why would be Claire out of all people?
I don't know.
Because they barely had any ties after 2. It was like, that was it.
Yeah.
Ada pops up all the time. She's like his booty call.
Well, I didn't play 6. They could have been making out in 6. I wouldn't know.
Watch it be a random. I agree. Watch it be like, oh, this is Melissa Forth or something like that. Right.
Yeah. Actually, he's making out with Ethan's wife.
I saw that. I saw her in that game. Actually, she looks pretty horrible. I hope that's not who it is. But if you all can see the gameplay here, there's the creature that's after you.
The girl.
Yeah, the girl. All right, Marie, I believe her name ultimately came out to be. Pretty sure that was her name.
She's pretty cute. I think she just needs a
she's need a hug.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm happy for.
Is this your gameplay?
This is my gameplay. Yeah. I switched from first to third right here. Yeah, and that's why I was talking about how she was stumbling around. I was like, "Look, I cannot run around."
I never saw that animation. I don't know what's happening here. I didn't run back into this room.
I couldn't do it, man. I was like, "I'm not suffering through that."
In
that mode. I'm sorry, but I will say, I am happy for the success of this game. I believe they had sold already 5 million copies, right?
It's doing crazy. Yeah. It's also the one of the 2 best rated user scores on OpenCritic, I think,
of all
next
time.
To Claire Obscure.
Yeah.
But it's the only one of those 2 games not made with AI, so I think it probably wins.
That Claire Obscure thing is much ado about nothing, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Man, it's got that AI stink on it.
All I know is one team cheated and the other one didn't. All I know is we're all okay with saying we hate AI until it makes a game that we liked, and then all of a sudden we're like, well, but this one doesn't count.
Yeah.
We also don't know to what extent they actually used it in
Not
development.
my sweet baby.
We know that they did though, right?
Yeah.
And so unless we can like see full design docs and everything, like we don't know how extensive it was used.
That's
And
true.
What are you doing? Why are you not hiding? What are you doing?
I have to get this tube to get the hell up out of this building, whatever the hell she's at here.
Every other video game in the world, you play the slowest way possible. And this one, you're like, no, I'm out of here.
I should tell you, listen, when it comes to like horror type games, I don't do all of that. Let me investigate. I'm like, nope, I'm out of here.
Come on.
Yeah, she has to like scrape by. Well, Leon is just a powerhouse coming through. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, until she
shit.
gets her one-shot injector kills, that shit's crazy. I love that.
Yeah, that's true. Slow-mo says they used them as placeholders and then removed all but one before the game launched. But nah,
Right, that's
Dan, you
what they
continue hating
said.
on a great game. Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's what they say. They're like, no, they got caught with their pants down. They're like, no, we just used it. I didn't inhale.
He pulled a Bill Clinton on us.
And y'all bought it.
I don't know, man. I believe him. I'm willing to believe him. I don't sense any dishonesty with him. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's my bias, but I believe him. I feel like, why would they taint such a game with just that one thing, right? It's the only thing they found. So, yeah. By the way, Resident Evil Requiem is a freaking looker. This game looks phenomenal on PC.
Stunning.
I'm telling you. Like, this doesn't do it justice enough because this is in 1080p, I believe. So you all have to see it in higher fidelity and everything like that. This looks phenomenal on a PC.
You'd be like blowing zombies up, literally, and just that whole room is red for the rest of the game. And you're like,
man,
you're like, I didn't know it was gonna do all that.
Yeah, there was one
didn't
particular
mean you did.
enemy that will quite literally paint the wall red, and that whole hallway will be red. So the big guy.
Chunk.
I won't say much more than that. Daniel sounds like he loves KCD too. Did you play that?
I don't know what that is.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah.
Oh, y'all can't be throwing out acronyms for a game that unpopular. Come on, I'm not gonna be able to put that together.
Listen, I actually loved KCD too.
Look, man, I understand that we're doing it because the name's long as hell and you don't want to say all that. I get it, but like,
no, I'm pretty sure Danny would. I don't know if Danny would love that game or hate that game.
I don't know either. Actually,
it's one or the other. It's one or the other.
It has good narrative. You might
roll
like
the
it.
dice.
You might like it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not gonna be you thought it's mid. I can tell you that.
No, it's rare that I think a game is just like okay.
The narrative you'll like a lot. I don't know if you'll care for the more mundane tasks and such. Like, well, it's more streamlined than Part 1 was, but so maybe you might like. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But what else do we have, man?
Mr. President, a second PlayStation remake studio has hit the trash can.
I did
Ballistic
catch it, by the
Moon.
way, Slow-Mo. I was just messing with him on that, but they don't know the inside joke, so I was, But go ahead. I'm sorry.
PlayStation, not an owned studio, but one that was very closely associated with them. Ballistic Moon. Previously, it laid off pretty much all their people, and we assumed that they were like pretty much screwed. Well, hey, now they're officially dead. They're the team who did the Until Dawn remake and nothing else, which I think is a little weird. There's some like rumors or consternation or whatever about like what the plan with that team originally was. There was also apparently rumors of PlayStation having like bought them, but then or like trying to buy them, but then like backing out. I don't know. It's a whole messy situation, but the team doesn't exist anymore. So, oops.
You got some thoughts on that, Crusader?
No. They no. I mean, listen, man. It was a game that I understand why they quote remade it to get it on PC, but it didn't need a remake. It just needed a port because it was. I mean, Until Dawn's a great game, but like, I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of documentation on that damn studio.
Yeah.
Right.
And
everyone
so,
seems
like,
to have a different take.
Yeah.
Didn't they make a movie?
Because
they
were a spin-off.
They did. It was really bad.
Oh.
They spun off of Supermassive, the original
Yeah, Ballistic
were-
Moon was founded by a handful of people from Supermassive.
Yeah.
But hey, man, for all the shit people want to talk about, those Dark Pictures games,
The
that studio's
anthologies.
still making money, still
Yeah.
exists. So
They
I
still
love those
standing.
Dark Picture games.
I'm not super interested in the one that's supposed to come out this year. I'll be honest. The
Oh
directive.
my god, I'm
48,
really
whatever it is.
excited for it because it's in a
Yeah,
different,
well, it's 100% your shit. Yeah,
That looks pretty good to me.
It's sci-fi. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for it.
It puts me in mind of The Thing a little bit, right?
Because
Yeah.
because that's one of the things. I mean, we can talk a little bit more about that during the future game show.
Yeah,
second.
they showed it there. Yeah.
That's like the only game that I saw at that show that I was.
How are you still stuck in this
Secretly excited for
hallway, bro?
Oh no, this is a different area. This is a different area now. Now I got the powerhouse Leon.
Oh,
now.
I'm not live somehow.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, it
live.
says that to me all the time too.
I wasn't. It like skipped back for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hear you. It says it's amazing how they came from Supermassive, Slow-Mo says, and got absolutely no idea of the thematic and design choices the original studio had for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there was. The problem wasn't that the game was bad. I mean, it was a decent remake of a game that didn't need a remake. It was just more so that like, yeah, it didn't need a remake. Like it felt like they just put it out because the movie was coming out, but then the movie really didn't have anything to do with the game other than the name and like basic setting. So it just didn't work out, and then a lot of people didn't buy it because like it didn't look really any better than the
And there
original
was
version
no
because the original
upgrade
version
path.
had just come out. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no upgrade path. And like the first one visually looked great. It's not a game where you really need an increased frame rate cuz like
No,
it's
it's a movie.
yeah. It's
More or less cutscenes and such, right?
it's a horror version of
I know you're
Life
not
is
using the
Strange.
Requiem on regular ass.
it is a
zombies.
horror version of Life is Strange.
It basically is. I watched a full
Like-
playthrough of it actually. I never played it, but I watched a full
It is
playthrough.
very the first time you play it, like it's like it's a Telltale game, you know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like one of those, but it's very very detailed
graphic.
horror, and it's
Yeah.
great. And like that's why I'll play. I haven't outright played them. Like you won't see them on my backlog. You won't see them on my But we did group playthroughs during COVID of all of
Dark
those
Pictures.
games.
Yeah.
Hey, what's
we're
your
like,
favorite one?
my favorite one is
You can count the ones that aren't technically part of Dark Pictures, like the Quarry.
So probably Until Dawn.
Okay.
If I'm not
That's fair.
counting Until Dawn, like if it's the non-Until Dawn ones, it's probably the one that takes place in like Iraq.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. I think it's the third one in the dark. of the
Ash, City of
four.
Ash. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's that one.
Something
I
like
really
that.
liked that one. We had some
Yeah.
really funny moments playing that in co-op because like one person plays one character and another person plays
Yeah.
another character,
That
and
one
one
is-
person's sitting there reading documents and the other person is getting chased in a like river of blood, being
Yeah.
chased by a monster, and they're
Mm.
just screaming, and the other person's just sitting there having him muted vibing because we would
Yeah.
mute like the two people who were playing would mute each other, and then everyone else would be sitting in chat watching.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you haven't played it, you should play the Quarry. That one.
It's on. That's one of the two that I haven't played. I haven't played that
Yeah.
one, and I haven't played the
That
one
one
that's like
side.
based on Saw.
Yeah,
I watched the
Um,
Quarry playthrough as well.
the Quarry, in my opinion, is the only one that is potentially better than Until Dawn. I don't know
really?
for sure. It's like on
That's-
par minimally.
That's some.
I
great-
think it's better, but I think also it's just because I like.
Some of the actors in it.
I don't know. It's some of the actors I like better. The
Yeah.
monster I like better. I don't know that it's a better game, but I think I like it better.
I like the monster in it a lot. I liked how also like you can save just about everyone, from what I saw. I think
that's
it's
a
like one
trend in
person.
most of them.
Yeah.
That's a trend in most of them that are like there
You
is
can
a
s-
path to get everyone out alive.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's like one person you cannot save no matter what,
It's-
but everyone else you can save. From what I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's usually the trend. There's usually an achievement for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Slow-Mo says the positioning of the sun for no reason in the beginning took away some of the creepiness. It made odd changes with the music, and they explained things that were left ambiguous initially, and nobody liked the explanations.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added like an extra cutscene on the end too that felt like it was supposed to lead into a sequel, which is
Yep.
why a lot of people are like, oh, they thought that Ballistic Moon was going to make Until Dawn 2, and then either PlayStation like rejected the project. A lot of people are. That's what people are saying right now. I don't know. It hasn't been corroborated by anyone I trust yet, so I'm not like saying that was true.
I would
but...
guess that the sequel was contingent on the remake doing so well. Like I doubt that it's actually that PlayStation rejected it. It's that they didn't meet the minimum for PlayStation to be willing to fund agreement.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's probably what happened here, because that's common, where like you get to make one game, and if it does well enough, then we'll continue publishing more. And so like it probably was like, it didn't do well enough, we don't want to continue working with you.
Well, all that to say, it's a bad year to be a studio associated with PlayStation. It turns out. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. Not holding my breath for Nix's survival.
Yeah, Nix's seems like they might be on a bubble just because obviously they're moving away from. Well, they haven't officially said it, to be fair. We don't know.
Well,
how
they can also
move,
just become the support studio for all of the PC.
That's the part I don't like.
For all of the PC. Yeah, I also don't like it, but all the PC live service games.
I mean, it'd be better than them being shut down, to be fair. But
correct.
Sure, yeah, they still get to take home a paycheck, so that's nice.
That is true. So did you see they released the score, by the way? Not the score, but they had the some of the reviews started to come through for Monster Hunter Stories 3. I am extremely hyped for that game, by the way. Slow-mo, are you getting that? So with that,
I'm surprised that that's one of the ones that like that's a you game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, man. These turn-based games have been growing on me. The regular Monster Hunter, for whatever reason, I do not care for. I don't know why. It does nothing for me. I cannot get into them. But this turn-based one, when I saw it and I watched gameplay of it, I'm like, I think I can get jiggy with this. You know? So
Monster Hunter Pokemon, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
unless Nintendo says so and sues about it.
What's the third one? There's no way that they're going to be able to now.
You say that, but I don't know. Nintendo.
It's the third one.
They love to do a sue-ons.
And like, are they going to sue Capcom, who is like one of the third-party developers who's like trying to support the Switch 2 the most?
I don't know, man.
I think they just deal with it and they roll.
They'll do whatever they want.
I think they're gonna deal with it and they're gonna roll in their Pokopia money.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So that said, with that, they for whatever reason, it's kind of odd, by the way, because I pre-ordered Monster Hunter Stories. I pre-ordered Death Stranding 2, and I've pre-ordered Crimson Desert. I don't have the code to install any of those yet, and Monster Hunter Stories 3 comes out tomorrow, and I haven't even been given the code to put it in to start installing it.
Where did you pre-order them?
I pre-ordered them.
What are you talking about?
For Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah,
you said Death Stranding. You don't have the code for Death Stranding 2 yet?
No.
What store did you pre-order them on?
I bought that on. I bought them at 3 different sites, but reputable ones. Reputable. They're reputable sites. I'm like, I've bought from them plenty of times. They're not scammer sites or nothing like that. But I had. There is no way to pre-install any of these yet. It's very weird to me, especially at least
the
this
codes
one.
may not have been generated yet. Like,
but even if you bought it on, I think if you even bought Monster Hunter Stories on Steam, you can't even pre-install. I don't believe.
So that may just be that they don't want to ship because it's really easy to data mine the because like Steam tries to encrypt them, but it's pretty easy to get the encryption keys and rip into the pre-installed. So a lot of companies haven't been doing not a lot, but like a few companies haven't been doing installation on Steam anymore.
Okay.
It's not widespread, but like I could see, considering Capcom throws like whatchamacallit on everything, DRM on everything, even like ancient games that they're just moving to Steam. Wouldn't be shocked if Capcom's just like, nah.
I see. Well, that said, this is, by the way, the gameplay is Planet of Lana 2, if you all have not played that. Part 1 was excellent. I loved it. And this is Part 2 is on Game Pass as well. I played about an hour and a half of it earlier. I'm going to get through that. Also, the turn-based games, Danny, they have been growing on me more and more. I plan on getting through the old school Final Fantasies, much like you've been doing, Crusader, and a bunch of other ones. Octopath Traveler 2 turned me around a lot, like Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, and I got to get 0. A lot of those helped me start to love turn-based more, whereas I was like, kind of felt like not scared. What's the word I want to use? I felt intimidated at first. Like, I don't know if I can do
Sure.
those types of games back in the day. They never even crossed my mind to play. So I never played them growing up. And I really only got into them as like an adult. So I got a lot of catching up to do. I do have all like the Final Fantasy remakes and Rebirth, all those I plan on getting through too as well. But yeah, yeah, man, they've been growing on me, and this one looks really, really good to me. It has a lot of the elements of the main game in it too, like crafting your own weapons, making your own character, farming these creatures to make like farms of them. It's all this different stuff. If you all check out some gameplay of it, but that said, there has been some release for that. I believe I forgot what the Open Critic and Metacritic was. Let me look really quick, and then we just move to this main topic. Let me find it really quick so I can announce it.
So I guess while he's looking for that,
I found
did you guys see that the A and B testing stuff with PlayStation?
That was
they're
going to be
testing-
one of the other ones. The chain
they're
dynamic
testing-
pricing.
They're doing
Oh.
dynamic pricing, and it's not just discounts.
Yeah.
In the US, for the PS4 Premium Edition of GTA 5, they're also testing price increases, which is crazy.
Terrible.
I've seen a lot of people trying to sugarcoat that and being like, so they might be able to give you like a better discount if you're a loyal customer. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely how they'll use
So,
it.
I mean, Xbox does that, but they straight up advertise it as a for you discount, and the discounts have never been less than 50%.
The whole
Right.
the whole
These-
idea of dynamically charging someone, especially it seems
The-
to go against the people who've been the most loyal. By the way,
Yeah. Well,
pretty
because they know
damn
you're already going to
ridiculous.
buy it, so they don't have to give you a discount.
that's
The
pretty
PlayStation
ridiculous.
discounts haven't been above 17%, and it's like $5 additional for the increase for GTA 5. I wasn't able to replicate it myself. I'm definitely in the like A group of the A and B. But if anyone wants to test it themselves, I do have a full thread of it up on my Twitter with a link to the PlayStation Store. If you sign out and sign in, if you see a different price, then you are part of the B test in the A/B test.
Oh wow! More reason for me not to buy games on PlayStation. So the Metacritic for Monster Hunter Stories 3 is 86 overall. For PlayStation, has the most reviews, and PC, both are 86 and 85 respectively. And on OpenCritic, which is most trusted by I think many others, it's an 85 overall with a 92% critics recommend. Super excited for this. I already knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be good when I first saw it. So I'm pretty good at judging these types of things, I think, honestly. So, yeah, for those who may be on the offense, Slow-Mo, you may cop it. I'll give you a feedback on it. So, look, let's move into the whole thought for covering the games, the future game show. What I can do is...
So, do you want to get just a list of them up? And if there's anything that sounds interesting,
Yeah, how about that? And I
watch
can
the
skip
individual
ahead.
trailer.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was going to skim through it, but yeah, if you could name a few. One of them I know was Samson. Have you all seen the gameplay for that?
No.
Let me load that in. Oh, mute that. Let me mute that. All right, before they copyright us. All right.
Before they kill our ass.
Yeah. All right, so this is Samson, which you all have seen some gameplay of. It's weird, though, listening to him, because it has that situation where, let's see if he's talking. Let's listen.
And neither did what I owed. I never picked the smart job. I picked the one that brought me another day.
His voice doesn't match the
hell is this?
character design to me.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at.
I don't know what I'm looking. I guess I beat him up, but like, what is it?
It's basically like a driver slash. Oh man, is that a
Oh,
wrench?
okay.
You could dodge a wrench. You could dodge a ball.
Lol.
He didn't dodge it.
This looks like discount GTA.
It's discount GTA basically with rage, and it looks like discount GTA slash Sifu slash driver. It looks good though. The combat as far as the vehicular combat gives me that Mad Max vibes a little bit. Who's that? Triple H?
Could be.
He's just wailing on his ass. This looks all right though, honestly, to me. This looks like it will be like a little fun little, like even the driving controls look like they might be pretty fun. I think I'll actually invest in this. This looks like it'll be fun. I think I'm looking at maybe an 80-something meta and open. It looks fun. Samson. Yeah, see, look at this. He looks. Well, I guess his face here looks kind of like he could be. It matches that. I don't know. But name something for me, Crusader.
The 1820 directive trailer looks great. Looks awesome.
Let me put that.
The 80 the
never mind. I thought you were saying that ex voto one because I saw the previews for that came back real fucking negative.
Yeah,
no.
I was going to buy that today, and I looked at the user scores, and they were abysmal. I'm like,
no.
The demo wasn't really even received that well either.
Yeah, man, it wasn't going through too well. Let me switch to this. This is made by Supermassive as well, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I don't know. I will buy it and I will play through it myself eventually, but I know that we have one friend who was really excited for this one and wants to be the person who, at least one of the two people who are in our friend group will play the co-op. Because we straight up do this. We do we in college we used to just do it all. We used to just all be in in the dorm, and we'd all play in the dorm room together. We play horror games like this, but like these games having the co-op and like Discord stream sharing, I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Thing vibes from it.
Yeah,
want to see how it plays out. I think last time I talked to him, I think Slow Mo was excited for this as well. I think I might try it out, man. I might get it. Look at this guy looking creepy. He's like, yeah. And by the way, is that the actress? It looks like the actress. I forgot.
If it looks like an actress, it is probably the actress.
Yeah.
The Dark Pictures games like use straight up the likeness of people all the time.
Okay.
Ashley Tisdale was in the From Ashes one, the one that I like. It's
Gotcha.
just straight up Ashley Tisdale.
Matter of fact, this one that's definitely her. I just saw her image. This is a previous trailer. Let me fast forward a bit.
And Rami Malek is like one of the
that's
main
her.
characters in Until Dawn. Like they just straight up use the likenesses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's her.
yep.
I forgot her name, but she's been in Marvel movies and such and everything else. I forgot her name. She played Monica Rambeau, I believe. And was it Monica Rambeau?
I think no, she's Monica's mom.
She was her mother. That's right. She was her mother in Miss Marvel's movie. Yeah, not Miss Marvel, but Captain Marvel, should I say?
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot her name, but
Lashana Lynch.
Lashana Lynch. That's it. Yeah. This looks like it'll be good. Are you all excited for what's the name of that game? It's another spacefaring game. It's not like a horror game though. It's off that TV show.
You're not. Yes, the Expanse.
The Expanse.
You mean Mass Effect, but not Mass Effect. Of course, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the stupid bear? What are we talking
No,
about?
so there's two coming out. There's the one from Archetype Entertainment, which is Wizards of the Coast. That is the one you're thinking of, which is called Exodus.
That one
Then
looks
there
like
is.
ass.
Then there. No, it does not. Then there is.
It looks real bad.
It looks pretty good to me. Maybe the art style. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe the art style.
Then
we
there is.
We went to space and we threw a bear in there.
Then there is
bear.
It's called The Expanse Osiris Reborn, I think.
Oh yeah, that's it. Osiris Reborn. Yeah.
It's Osiris something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is that's being made by Owlcat Games, are the people who did Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader, which is an excellent turn-based RPG.
Oh, I've
set
heard
in,
nothing but
it's
praise for that too.
excellent.
Yeah.
Set, yeah, and they also did, I think, the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.
Okay.
Like
Slow-Mo said Exodus has the lead writer from Mass Effect, from the trilogy.
from specifically the trilogy, not the lead writer from Andromeda.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. The lead writer was Well, not was it Casey Hudson?
No, Casey Hudson was a creative
This is the
director.
Okay, he's a
And
creative,
Casey
okay.
Hudson, I love the man. He's created some great games, but he is the reason why Mass Effect 3's ending sucks. Like I'll never forgive him for that.
Am I? You know, I'm probably the oddball, but I didn't mind 3's ending for some reason.
When did you play it?
Way late.
Yeah, okay. You
Yeah.
played it with the extended cut.
I did. Yeah.
The first time that they ever like a company had to completely alter like the ending of their game because of
Yeah.
a fan out, right? The first time they had the opportunity to.
Yeah, I played it late.
The
I
ending
heard
was
that it
originally color coded.
I've
that
heard
was it.
I heard it was way worse before that.
It was
I
bad.
did hear that. Yep.
Um,
So this is an interesting looking one, by the
yeah.
way. This is the Ninth Dragon, the City of Kowloon, City of Darkness, 1986. It's got a little throwback look to it. Obviously, it's set in the 80s, but yeah, maybe let me see what the sounds like.
What are the other dragons at?
Turn it down a little.
Yeah, so like the future game show is always cool because it has like weird games like this.
Yeah, so this is coming to all platforms as well.
Yeah.
The Ninth Dragon. What's another one that you got that you could think of?
I don't. I have to look at the list. Give me one sec.
Let me see.
The only one that I saw on the list that like I knew about, that I knew and I was excited for, was the directive. But let me look at the list.
I could skim through it. I know it was something else I saw that I liked. What was it?
Dave the Diver getting a DLC is cool. I don't think we need to watch a trailer, but like that's cool. Oh, the Lego Batman game. Every time I see it, I'm like, okay,
Oh, yeah, that looks
we're
good.
just straight up getting the next Arkham game, but it's
Mhm.
Lego.
I'm actually very excited for that. I mean, we saw it before this, obviously, but no, I'm actually pretty excited for that. You get to play as Robin, a Catwoman, and Batman, I believe, right?
Yeah, I saw. Yes, I think there's either 5 or 6 playable characters.
Something
It's
like
it's a
that.
little bit less than a regular Lego game, but like it literally looks like it's a Lego skin on top of an Arkham game. So
Yep.
like,
Sign me
whatever.
up.
That's fine.
Yep.
There was Little Nightmares, and I was really excited for another Little Nightmares game. But it
Mhm.
is a PlayStation VR, Meta Quest, and Steam
No,
VR game,
thank
and I am
you.
instantly no longer
Yeah.
excited.
I don't have any. I have no care for it. So this one looks interesting to me. They showed this before. I believe it was at Keeley's show. This is Stupid Never Dies.
Okay.
And this looks really interesting. It looks just like one of those fun games to play, right? Not something super serious. He's a zombie trying to, I guess, save his before crush or something like that. And I don't know if she got frozen or whatever. You'll see it in a minute. And you get to swap people's powers and such and transform to them. So it's kind of like a cameo but with zombie with a zombie, I guess. It's kind of out there, but it looks pretty dope. It looks fun.
Yeah, there's
seriously
one
fun.
last one that I wanted to see the trailer of that
Yeah.
I remember in the list. It's called Aphelion. I sent you the name in
Oh,
DM.
I've seen that one before.
It's an action adventure game.
Yeah.
It's a sci-fi. Danny's gonna hate it. Sci-fi. I think
I
it's
don't
sci-fi.
hate sci-fi. I just hate when sci-fi all looks the same, like Exodus.
Well, Exodus is supposed to be, hey, what if like Mass Effect was still getting made? Because like, who knows if BioWare's still gonna make a new Mass Effect game?
Speaking of Mass Effect, Slomo pointed out was Drew Krapich. What is it, Carpation?
Yes.
He says Drew didn't want
Yeah,
that
Drew
ending.
didn't want that ending.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, Casey Hudson unilaterally put in the ending. He decided how the series was gonna end unilaterally as the
He was
as
the,
the
he was the
creative lead.
decider.
That's why I'll never forgive Casey Hudson for that. I'm really excited for his next game, but I'm gonna forever be upset about that.
He was the decider, like George
but yeah,
W. Bush. So
if I-
Aphelion is actually coming to Game Pass, by the way.
Is it?
Yes. Let me see if I can find a more recent trailer. This one that was, oh, here it is, 5 hours ago. Now, this is a PlayStation trailer for it, but
Whatever.
yeah, it'll do. That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do. So yeah, this is coming to Game Pass, Aphelion. Yeah, and it looks pretty good. I agree with you, actually. Now, this is the one where you play as two different characters, right? You got the...
I don't remember. I remember
pretty sure.
like hearing about this game, and I remember it looking kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's all I remember about it. That's why I was like, put on the trailer so I can see what it looks like.
Yeah, this is the one you play as the sister, the black lady, and she's more outside trying to do more of the physical tasks, while the white gentleman is inside of the ship trying to piece things back together and put things back as, I guess, that she will supply. I don't know if she supplies him some of the things she finds. It kind of gives me a little. Have you all played The Altars?
No.
I have not, but I know what it is. Yeah.
I think you all might like The Altars a little bit. The Altars is interesting. I need to go back and finish it, but from what I had played, I was like, this is really kind of interesting. So The Altars is kind of like that in the sense where it's telltale-ish in a way, but you actually do roam around like they're doing here, and you got to find supplies. You got to, what's the word I want to use? Harvest things from the planet. You have a short time before the sun comes through and just destroys you. And you get these clones essentially, and I won't go much further than that. But you start supplying this ship with the stuff you harvest to try to get out of there. This kind of gives me that vibe, but differently. It kind of somewhat the same kind of feeling.
I will probably download and play this game.
Yeah, this looks fun. Looks interesting. I think it might have a good narrative for this. The Altars had a good narrative. I think you all would like it honestly.
It doesn't look like horror, but it does look like there's a lot of thriller moments. Like it's like an action thriller.
Yep. Comes out April 20, was it 28th? Yeah, looks good. Coming to Game Pass, baby. Yeah. What else did we have? Do you have any other one that you wanted to pull up?
That's all I got. Did you have anything, Danny, that you wanted to watch from this showcase?
No, I kind of skimmed it like as we were talking earlier, and pretty much all the ones that I saw that I was like, yeah, it looks good. Like we already knew about.
Yeah.
So there's not like anything super exciting for me. I don't think.
Yeah, these showcases, I do like that these showcases have like a wide variety of stuff, because like they had everything from like Capcom here with like Monster Hunter to like weird art style indie stuff. Love that.
Yeah. Let me pull up an image or two, an article. Let me see. I'm pretty sure the good brother Jez has a good one we can look at.
Which one are we starting with? The Helix?
Let's move on to the main one. Yeah, because we did a bit of the games. We didn't do it at full justice, but we did enough. I don't think many people cared about that. But, let's move to the main one about the GDC. And I think that'll be it for tonight. And we can, this is an Xbox that can wait. It's not the biggest deal.
I mean, like they killed this as an Xbox. Yeah, we can go on.
Yeah, we can do that another time. Because I do want to just get thoughts on it, because
sure.
For me, I see that and it's like, it feels like a little retroactive behavior. Just from what I'm seeing.
People say whatever they say. I was always like, it was bad.
That's the only thing.
You don't demean your product to try and sell another product unless you're sure you can switch it, and they weren't sure you could switch it.
Yeah. So let me read a bit of this. Microsoft's GDC 2026 keynote. Everything announced on the future of Xbox and Project Helix. Microsoft's Game Developers Conference 2026 keynote has finished, and we have everything announced below, including new details on the next-gen Xbox codename Project Helix. Building for the Future with Xbox saw Jason Ronald, VP, Next Generation Microsoft, host a conversation about the vision shaping the future of Xbox and how we're building a more flexible, connected future for game creators and players everywhere. It was delivered in front of a packed audience at GDC 2026 this morning. Let me skip ahead. Following the announcement of Sharma's appointment, Seamus Buckley, who co-created Xbox at Microsoft, said that because Xbox is not a core part of Microsoft's all-encompassing AI push, it was potentially being sunsetted. Buckley added that the fact Sharma came over from Microsoft's AI team with no gaming background was further evidence of the company's strategy. They don't say that, but that's what's happening.
And he was so clearly wrong.
Well, we don't know yet.
We do.
I mean,
we do.
We don't know yet, because now keep in mind the stuff we're seeing here was already done. This was done by Sarah and team before, so we don't know.
The best way to sunset a brand is to start a new generation of that.
Yeah,
brand.
They would have canceled this hardware if that was the case.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily.
Yes, this is. You have any idea how expensive the production lines, especially in Ramageddon, are going to be?
Ramageddon. So we'll have to have that discussion another time, but I'm not sold on that just yet. And I'm typically a very optimistic kind of guy. I cannot shake this pessimism.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I've been hearing this take online, and not yours necessarily, but the idea of like that on the exact same day that they announce a new generation of hardware, people are like, guess they're getting out of hardware. I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking fandom that I have ever in my life seen. It is, I cannot believe that on the exact, like, I'm listening to, I won't call them out, but a podcast that I very much like that's very popular.
Uh-oh.
And they're like, yeah, so this Helix thing, like, you know, they're saying all the right things when they inevitably get out of hardware tomorrow. And I was like, so what? And then in the same podcast, they're sugarcoating the, you know, A/B testing pricing in PlayStation. I'm like,
so I don't think it'll be instant, right?
You gotta stop.
I don't think it'll be instant. I think it'll be a slower death, if you will. My view is that they'll move to just being a publisher, not necessarily have hardware, and they'll leave that for third-party OEMs. So it won't be like they close Xbox per se, but it won't be what we used to have.
They wouldn't be doing that, or they wouldn't be doing this if they were doing that. I do believe they're going to go to
prove
OEMs.
that.
But like,
Here's
here's
keep in mind, this was already done before all of this happened, so I don't know.
Again, they would have killed it. Though. They would have just canceled
we
this.
We don't know that.
Big Boss Lady said the plan's the plan till it's not the plan. She could just unplan the plan, and then we don't got the plan.
Well, I don't know if I trust that Sharma's making any of these plans.
She said the plan's the plan until it's not the plan.
Yeah. Well, that's like saying that's such a non-saying. Like the plan is the plan until it's not the plan. It's like, okay,
but it is a non-saying, but it's also true. You're allowed to change your mind.
Yeah, sure. I mean, listen, Microsoft. To you all's point, Microsoft has closed and sunsetted some things before that they put a ton of R&D into. So you're not wrong in that they could. Typically, they probably would have shut some stuff down that they put a ton of money into.
If anything, it feels like the fact that they're going this fucking hard into the hardware means that they're really trying one last time to make it work.
One last hurrah, if you will.
Arguably, this is a good chance, and I'm going to talk about this more once you read your part.
Yeah.
But arguably, this is their best chance to like break into and seize a significant portion of the pre-built PC market.
It is, and this is why I said too, like
directly for themselves.
I'm much more excited for this hardware, and I'm on PC now. But I can see myself getting this if it's relatively a high grade upgrade from where they were, and immediately reading that magnitude of more for certain things, I was like, wait a minute, what does that mean? And I looked it up. It's 10 times, right? Yeah. I'm like, oh, so this is a significant jump. So that did hype me up.
I wouldn't hold my breath on the time. I wouldn't hold my breath on times 10. I think that's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's crazy. But,
well. So they genuinely wouldn't use that word if they weren't actually getting. Now, I don't think it's going to be exclusive to Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a new part of like the AMD in general, just making ray tracing more efficient.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't think it's going to be
it's not an Xbox thing, it's an AMD thing.
It's an AMD and a DirectX thing.
Sure. I'm not expecting this Xbox to be 10 times more powerful than the last Xbox.
No. And they didn't say that. It was explicitly for ray trace rendering.
Yeah, okay.
Specifically ray trace rendering 10 times more efficient.
I was like, there's no shot.
No shot. It is 10. No shot. The thing is 10 times more powerful.
Let me ask you then, Crusader and Danny, just before I read this, and I'll go to this really quick, and then I got a few questions I want to throw out there. What do you expect if you had to compare? Like I look at it through like as GPUs. What would you say that this next Xbox will be comparable to?
5080.
Like you think it'll be that
directly comparable to the 5080?
You think so?
As reported in October,
if
the Magnus APU is as reported in October, the raw compute is about equivalent to a 5080, and the PS6 is only a little bit less than that. The same APU that was leaked for them, at the same time.
So
like
we had a few people. Look, Gray said. That's because you went to PC Umbra, and Sinestro J said air him out. Then Slow-Mo said that's a signature move of Satya. Yeah, it is.
Satya's signature move is we're making a new Windows phone, and then like 2 weeks later, Satya is like, we've canceled the Windows phone.
Yeah.
If they're gonna get out of hardware, they're gonna do it instantly. They're just gonna say that they're done. Like,
Okay,
there's not
alright.
gonna be a subtle wind down.
Well,
And
listen.
that like not in the Satya Nadella world.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong on that.
They'll just kill it.
I am more than happy to be wrong on it, but I don't.
Um.
So far, I don't feel that I am, but I am more than happy to be wrong on that. I mean, it wouldn't matter to me one way or another, really. Aside from I love these IP that the Xbox have, and I don't want them to go away. But because I'm on PC now, so it's not like I'm like, oh, I got to get the next Xbox. But I will say, if what you just said is true and is comparable to that, damn sure I'll buy an next Xbox for sure. And there's more reason why I see no interest in the Steam box. This is going to be much more powerful than the Steam box.
I think the Steam box kind of did away, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do too. The problem, the big, and people are like, how could it be more powerful than the 5080? I'm gonna be like, brothers, the 5080, what came out last year, the year before,
Right?
This is coming out next year at the earliest.
At the end of
yeah,
the tail end,
that's
right?
not that crazy. Like,
but by the
the
time
60
this comes
series will be out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Like,
by the time this comes out, it still won't be as powerful as PC.
Well, actually, we'd
So
be
it'll
going
be-
toward the 70 series at that point, right?
No,
the
because
60 is this year,
this
right?
year was
Later?
this year was supposed to be the 50 series, like supers and
Oh,
like,
the TIs and all that. Okay.
The refresh. Well, not
Yeah.
it was supposed the TIs typically. Yes, it was supposed to be like some of the TIs, the super. It was supposed to be like the refresh year.
Gotcha.
And they've basically canceled that.
Okay. So
because of Ramageddon.
I see.
They just don't have the supplies to feed both the data centers and the
Okay. So
yeah.
let me
and-
briefly read this, and then I want to jump to game preservation. So
Yeah.
building for the future with Xbox GDC keynote updates at 10:50 a.m. PT. That's a wrap. Surprisingly beefy keynote from Microsoft, which revealed early details on Project Helix and a few other new features and initiatives. Let's see. Ronald is now shifting to discussing game preservation. Oh, here we are. Not only is something that's deeply personal to us, deeply personal to us, but we have feel a deep responsibility to preserve games of the past, Ronald says, adding that Microsoft wants to use the latest technology to play old games in new ways. I wonder what he means by that. Would it be achievements tied to
3 or 4 possible things, right? So the first thing is it could be some new games being added to backwards compatibility. That's the thing that everyone wants. They have a lot of targets, even internally. Like there's some Crash Bandicoot stuff.
Yeah.
Don't know if that'll happen or not.
It's
second
probably
thing,
going to be multiple things.
yeah, it's probably absolutely. Like I think of this as an and or of the 4 things. The second thing is Xbox 360 and OG emulator on PC. This on generic Windows, it wouldn't be everything because they'll have licensing things where they can and can't redistribute things.
Right.
But it was reported last year by a few people that they were looking into it, and Nate the Hate reaffirmed today or yesterday that he's fairly confident that internally for about a year they've been trying to do this. I suspect that is the most likely you can guarantee that's probably happening this year. The third thing is more things like FPS boost, auto HDR. Auto HDR is a great example of using machine learning to enhance a game. Like everyone's always afraid of machine learning, ML, AI, that kind of stuff. But like they used machine learning really efficiently to translate an SDR color palette to an HDR color palette. Okay. And so I could see more things like that.
So it's going to be a lot of sharpening of the because it's even saying it here, for instance,
enhancing
Fusion
visuals.
Frenzy. Yeah. Fusion Frenzy, by the way, is one of my favorite. I was talking about that last week. One of my favorite old school Xbox OG games. Loved it. Me and the family still love that game. We'll play it every now and then.
Well, you were what, like 30 when that came out?
Yeah, younger, actually. Yeah, younger than that. I just remember.
I don't believe it.
Zach wins. He like. And you get hit by that pipe and you're trying to jump over it. Dong, dong.
The last thing that this could include, though, last thing is native ports of some Xbox One era games that never came over. That's one thing that people are missing in this, is that it's not necessarily just like Xbox 360 and OG. There is some Xbox One era stuff, like Halo 5 never made it to PC.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
There are some games that never made it over to Steam, like Halo Wars 2. And like Xbox's preservation initiative has never just been about getting games that aren't available onto things. It's also been about putting things on more places, like even before Switch and PlayStation were involved, right? They started putting stuff on Steam so that people could play them there. They started porting some of their older games like Halo Wars Definitive Edition, things like that. So I could see it being something like a Halo 5's Guardians actually appearing on PC finally, because there are a lot of people who do want that because it's the only mainline Halo game you can't play on PC right now.
I could see them doing that, but I don't feel like that's what they're talking about here. Like if they're talking about specifically, like...
it was, and I would agree with that, with the sole exception that the image, and if you scroll down a little bit, it might even be this image, Umbra.
Let's see.
If you scroll in the IGN thing.
Is this it? Let me know when you see it.
Maybe not. There's an image from this keynote.
Yeah.
Where they're talking about the innovation, and like that image, the old version of it used to just be Xbox 360 and OG games, and suddenly it includes no Xbox Series games, but it does include Xbox One now, and that's the only reason that I'm like a little bit curious as to like exactly what they are. I have it on my Twitter too, because I've been freaking out about this, because this is the best news that Xbox has put out, in my opinion, since 2021. I would have said that the Activision Blizzard stuff would have been crazy news, but that like turned out to be a shit show, like a complete shit show for everyone, and like every fan. This is the most energized I've felt about the brand in a while, because they're spending money on something here that doesn't have a huge return. It'll have a return. And the biggest part of the return for this is it's going to make people
believe in the brand.
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I have been saying for months, actually probably 2 years now, that one of the biggest way that they could make that they could energize the core fan base is to literally just start doing some more shit with backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I've seen
because it's the one thing that always excited people in general, and like. Because like the backwards compatibility stuff includes things like the FPS boosting, where like, where a lot of games on the Xbox Series play way better than on other consoles because they put effort into it.
Also, too, seeing the stuff about the HD upgrades and such to these other games, I love stuff like that too. Obviously, they need to add achievements. That's something they should do.
Achievements for OG Xbox, 100%. That's another great one that I haven't that I keep forgetting to post about online. 100% achievements for OG Xbox games.
That would appeal to me a lot. But I wonder what else they could do. I mean, Microsoft. Let's be clear. Xbox leads the way when it comes to games preservation and console. That's clear.
So I do love that. GOG.
Yeah, I do love the fact that they're doing this. I do appreciate that, and it does give you thought like, well, maybe they are all in on this. I will say that.
They are spending money. If they are truly doing some I think it's mostly the PC push. To get the Xbox. But that's a lot of money to spend.
Their biggest competitor just ceded the fucking golden hills of PC sales to them. So I'd move in.
And people are like, oh, well, if it's just a PC emulator, what does that do for console players? And I'm telling you right now, if they're investing on making the games available, like 360 games available on PC through a PC emulator, they are going to be pursuing as many games as possible to sell through that, because that's how they make money. Is to get people to buy games. And they have the opportunity here to sell a lot of games through the Xbox store on PC that like a very sizable niche audience. Like it's not a huge audience, but it is a sizable audience. Like wants those kind of old niche games, like from the OG Xbox era and the Xbox 360 era, that aren't necessarily available on PC, or if they are, they don't necessarily play horribly well unless you throw in a ton of like mods. Like the original Assassin's Creed does not play well on PC.
Right.
So
this is also a differentiator, right? Because
it is. It truly is.
Because like people will argue, well, why do I need an Xbox? I got PC, I got Steam.
Backwards.
Well, if you got backward compatibility and game preservation, and you got all these games you've owned back then, which I do, and you do, and Danny does, and others here in the chat do. Yeah, this would appeal to all of us. Now, obviously, they're going to PC with it, which is great, but so that would mean that it'll have to be digital copies. And I don't even know if the next Xbox will even have a physical, but
I suspect it'll have if they haven't gotten the picture that to support their core audience that they need at least an external, it doesn't have to come one native.
Yeah.
They can do the surcharge and get people to buy it. Like annoying slightly,
Yeah.
but fine.
I wonder if they would
But
go that route. But
if they are doing an Xbox emulator on PC, an Xbox 360 and OG emulator on PC, that does probably mean they are pursuing new games, because again, they're going to want to sell things, especially things that aren't for sale right now, because that will get people to come to the store as like a novelty. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they're trying to get the old Transformers games with Hasbro, because we know Hasbro wants them.
yeah,
I wouldn't be
great.
shocked if they were trying to go to Ubisoft and FromSoft, because Ubisoft was the publisher for these, for the like Armored Core games, because they are not available anywhere. Only Armored Core 6 is, and like maybe the first one on like PS Plus, because it was like on like PlayStation 2.
And I think that goes both ways too, though, because I think it's going to be, especially with the next Xbox being able to play PC games, I think it's going to be a lot of like old Xbox stuff that was never available on PC going to PC. But then I could also see a lot of old like Activision or whatever stuff coming to Xbox.
Right, right, because then they can set like that's the whole thing, right? Like there's a reason to invest more, because there's going to be a new audience that wants stuff as well as their existing audience.
Yeah,
and they have the opportunity to try
on Xbox.
Right. But like there's a ton of old Tony Hawk games that they just need to relicense the damn music for.
Yeah,
right?
Or just probably different music at this point.
Yeah, there's the old Marvel games, like those Spider-Man games that like some of them were good and other ones were real fucking mid. But there's a ton of them. There's a bunch of like random games like Alpha Protocol, which Sega and Obsidian just recently got relisted on GOG and Steam.
How would it work for something like Rock Band and Guitar Hero? I wonder.
So those games are an actual licensing hell.
I know they have to be tough for that.
Guitar Hero, I could see. We know from like the initial purchase that they have that there was an interest inside of like the studio as a whole to do something with Guitar Hero. Bringing back Guitar Hero through the Xbox backwards compatibility program, especially since they just released like Xbox compatible guitars like last year.
Right. I mean, the
that would
peripherals
be
are going to be
crazy.
Yeah.
People would go nuts. Like that could actually move some units of the damn console as it is right now.
Listen,
I have multiple friends who are not even like particularly big gamers who have held on to either PS2s or Xbox 360s specifically to play Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Yeah. I still have my old I rebought a 360 so me and the family could play Rock Band, and we got so much memories tied to those games. It's insane, actually. Yeah, man, I love it. So let me ask this then. So one of the things that came out is Reynolds talked about the Xbox mode that they're renaming. What was the previous name?
FSC. It was the Xbox full screen experience.
Full screen experience. That's it. So now they've moved it to Xbox mode. Now, let me ask you all this, and I mean,
it's a better name for sure.
It is definitely an easier roll off the tongue, quick to the point, and straight to the point. Danny, I'll start with you, and then Crusader, you can go right after him. What do you think about this beyond the UI change? Like, what specific kind of hooks would they be adding to Windows to make sure that like a laptop or my PC desktop can handle features like, I say, quick resume, for instance? I know PC has its own kind of version of that.
Not gonna happen.
Man, at this point, any console anywhere not launching with quick resume is going to be a tough sell for me. That's so fucking good.
It's a great feature for a fact.
So that quick resume relies heavily on the virtualization, by the way. Like that's something you can just do. It's not something you can just do on a PC easily.
I see.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really, the like big picture mode, whatever, none of that shit like really does anything for me, because I don't play on PC because I like know what deodorant is and go outside sometimes.
You don't tell me you Asmon Golding it.
So it doesn't really, no, the opposite. I'm Asmon going outside.
Asmon going outside it.
So it doesn't really, I don't really have like any information or like opinion on whether or not this is better or worse, but it's cool. I think it makes sense. Like if their goal is to make the console and the PC experience feel the same, then yeah, it's probably something that you ought to get right on the PC side. So
Yeah, for sure.
makes sense.
So, Crusader, with you saying that you don't think they will have
No,
a feature like situation for quick resume,
generically on Windows.
a generic
No.
version of it. But
The next console, probably.
oh, for sure, I think the next one will. But
Because
But
again,
what about that?
it's-
But how do you get around
I
that
can't go
though? If you
back.
have this Xbox experience, you're saying, hey, this is Xbox mode even on your Windows, but you don't get quick resume. Will people
So the-
complain about that? You think? Well, what like what?
no, I mean, I think that's going to be part of the selling point of like
Yeah.
their system versus a generic PC. I do think like I reviewed the full screen experience while it was in the Insider program for a while. I played all of whatchamacallit through it, the Final Fantasy VII
Rebirth.
remake,
Oh, okay, yeah, remake. Yeah.
and it was there's some features that need integrated to make it more like the Xbox itself. Like Discord needs full integration for me to just join calls in without having to switch to the Discord app. Because the Discord app does not have good controller support. Realistically, the Xbox full screen experience just needs to have better improved control so that all you need to use is your controller to control it. That is what the full screen experience is going to be, the Xbox mode. It's going to make it feel like a discount Xbox. So that you can basically just control your PC completely with a controller and play what you want. And it's pretty good at doing that. Like I said, there's like Discord is such a major social feature even on the consoles now. Like where you can just join. Like I've done this podcast before in like in a Discord call while I've been on my console and not on my PC. Not today. I'm on my PC today, but I have done that before, and it's very nice. And like you used to need your phone, but now you can just do it through the UI. They need to get more integrations in like that. They need to improve like achievements and stuff through the app. It's like you can
Yeah.
see them and stuff, but like it's not nearly as usable in that regard. Like they just basically need to make it feel more Xbox. But if you're talking about like system level features like quick resume or auto HDR is just built into Windows now. But if you're talking like a heavy systems level feature like quick resume, I don't see that ever coming to a regular Windows computer.
Okay.
Because basically how quick resume works is the games are launched in a virtual machine. Like we talked about this last week with Kayasante. And the way quick resume works is that virtual machine, basically a quick snapshot, it's literally called a snapshot of it, is taken and then stored on your hard drive. And they can store it very quickly because of how fast the modern NVMe's are. And the Xbox is even slower than PlayStation's, right? But like it's fast enough by far to do this in seconds. And then when you want to load it back up, it just takes that snapshot and loads everything back into RAM and everything, and you just keep going. That's only really possible because of the virtualized environment that the Xbox consoles run. In theory, future Xbox games could be shipped like that starting soon, and like they could do stuff like that with the Xbox store, but it's not going to be very retroactive on like I have a hard time seeing it truly work on Windows proper. I do think it's going to be a major selling point of like games that you buy through the Xbox store because of it's going to be Windows, but they're going to design it slightly differently than traditional Windows. They're probably still going to use the kind of virtual environment on the new system for stuff that's going through the Xbox store.
Right.
So I don't think you're going to see that kind of feature ever on a Windows PC.
Okay. Well, for the next Xbox, by the way, the Helix name is growing on me so much. My name has been the Xbox Fusion, is what I think they'll possibly go.
Yeah, you know what? If they truly want to be like, we're back to basics, back to roots, call it the 720.
No, please don't.
That'd be
Just
really
call
funny.
it, make it the sequel
That'd
to
be
the
really funny.
360.
No, they'll call it Xbox 2 because it's an Xbox and a PC.
There you go. I'll never forget when the meme came out when they was like some smart ass like pony came out and tried to demean it, and it was like they called it the Xbox 360, and he's like, oh, we call it the Xbox 360 because one look at it you'll turn around and walk away.
Well,
And people pointed out.
Yeah, but if you're doing a 360,
Yeah,
that's
exactly. That's
that's
where the
only
meme
180.
came from. People like, but that means you would be looking at it still, and
Yeah.
you mean a 180. And,
You got a moonwalk.
and that dude
Yeah.
never came back. I remember that like it was yesterday. That
Got
was
his
so
ass.
funny. That was
Banished
so
from
damn
the
That's
internet.
so funny.
So
Um,
let me ask this, and Danny, I'll start with you first again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they have the unified GDK that we've heard about now, the game development kit. Obviously, it's saying like, hey, they're going to make this game. They're going to make it for PC on down. So it's a PC first kind of initiative. Wouldn't you say, Crusader? That's well correct, right?
it's more that you could call it a PC first initiative. It's more that they're making it so the development for PC versus the Xbox version is like no longer actually different. Which could mean as much as like they're trying to make it so Xbox can run just regular WinApps, because this includes the Xbox Series X, by the way. The GDK it's out now in this form and includes the Series X.
So Danny,
It's
to
just
you on
gonna-
this,
Yeah.
to you on this with this, what would you say is a positive for this with you that you see out of this, and what is a negative you could see?
I mean, I don't fully understand really what this is. I'm not a big, huge nerd. But
more
I-
or less, it's a unified. So what
Yeah.
they'll do is
What
they'll
I-
build for
what-
PC, and it'll go to any other, like
Yeah,
from PC
yeah,
on
yeah.
down, basically.
no, I get the gist of it, but like I don't know the details.
So that's kind of how development just works in general
True.
already.
Yeah, it's the idea of making it a lot easier to port from PC to Xbox is a really good idea. There's a ton of games that are on PC that don't take the time because either they're a really small team or because they're already doing what they're going to do on PC. So I think making it as easy as possible for them to do stuff, to bring it over to Xbox, is a really good idea. That's one thing that I kept hearing people say, mostly ignorant people, is like, well, what would be the point of putting your thing on Xbox if they don't have as many things as a PC or a PlayStation? It's like, well, because it's new
There's
marketplace.
30
and you
million
want to sell
people.
more games. Yeah.
Like there are
which is
at
why
least
I'm-
30 million consoles.
Which is why I'm still so baffled by PlayStation pulling out of PC. That'll never
Yeah.
make sense to me.
Yeah.
Um,
To be fair, we
but-
still haven't heard that that's the case. Thank you for acknowledging me, legendary Yobi. Thank you, my brother.
the tribal chief. Well, no, it ain't my white ass.
Acknowledge me.
So I think that's a really good idea, just in general. I know that was one of the things also that people were like, oh, Sarah Bond was the one who like made it, who like went to Japan and did all this stuff to like get stuff brought over, and so there was some concern that with her gone that would stop happening. I never really thought that was the case because she did hire that lady from PlayStation whose whole job was to bring stuff over from Japan. But now if it's also like, and we can just bring stuff over from PC pretty easy, like, I don't know, we're giving them as many tools as possible to make it as easy as possible.
And that's the good thing.
And there was
That's the major positive, because even Gray is asking. He says, "Do you need development for PC, or is it fairly only need for console?" So what they do, Gray, is they'll build for Windows 11, and then they will, like Crusader's kind of right. It's kind of what they do now, but I think this makes it much more streamlined. So
a lot easier.
yeah, they make it for Windows 11, and they can just clock it or whatever the case you want to call it. Like they can as they put it, you can hit a switch to make it for the next GDK for a console, for instance, that's not as powerful as a whatever PC.
70,
standard.
whatever.
Okay,
exactly.
it's
Sure.
not necessarily
But-
just it's not
not
just
power, but, like,
it's not power. It's literally the like languages,
setups
like
and
the
shit, yeah.
way that it talks to the hardware.
Yeah, it's more complicated.
It's
But-
way more
definitely
complicated
more
than
That's
that.
what I meant by
complicated
the
than
I
hitting
don't have
the
this
switch.
information.
Yeah, it's way more complicated than just scaling.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but by doing
the
that, though,
fun-
to your point,
yeah,
Danny, it saves them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Theory is, at least, it will save a lot, millions, of course, in porting fees, things of that nature, development.
Well, the funny thing is, this probably is going to result in a lot of things being on just PC and Xbox, and then not bothering to take the time to port it to PlayStation, because PlayStation is going to cost a lot more to port it over there, and not really have the user base to justify it in terms like as much as it is to do it to Xbox or Switch.
I wonder.
So
yeah.
there's definitely going to be a lot of like PC games where they're like, oh yeah, I can do, because they also announced that thing where they were like, you'll get this service for free or whatever the fuck it was that'll like help you do it
PlayFab.
really fast.
Yeah.
PlayFab. So yeah, it's definitely going to happen, and people are going to be like, why would you put your thing on Xbox and not on PlayStation? And the answer is because it's fucking easy. So
And the thing is that both
Um,
PlayStation and Xbox, I believe, both use the x86
they
architecture
do.
now.
Yeah,
right?
they use the same architecture.
Yeah, so does Switch.
But
So I
but
wonder
it's
how
just
it will play out.
one of them's giving you a tool to be like, hey, just put your thing in this thing and it'll work. I mean, obviously it's more complicated than that, but and I think that's a really good idea. I know that we all want to talk about how, not specifically us, but like, the video game in general space wants to talk about how like, oh, Xbox is dead, they're done, man. But I don't know, the more I look at like PlayStation putting that walled garden back up, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good time to do that. You got a big Osh coming in with her
Big Osh.
wingman with her wingman Matt spend him out of business booty.
That is the craziest thing that he was.
I don't
put
think
in content position.
I don't think it's a great idea for you to be like, hey, we're gonna put this wall back up, and then because it's so easy for Asha as a new leader to be like, okay, well, my vision is that if that wall's up, like, hey, it goes both ways. Like, we just won't put our shit on PlayStation anymore, and then we can just have the PC ecosystem that you've given up on for some reason, and Xbox, and now that's collectively the biggest group of potential sales that any one person could have.
Right.
And I don't know. I'll never understand PlayStation backing out of PC.
Now, do you think that Xbox and Asha in particular will have the testicular fortitude to do that, though?
100%. Yeah, I think that's why they chose her.
man.
I think that's why they put Matt Booty in charge of content.
Yeah, I think
you all have such faith in them.
I don't think
I
It's
don't
not
have
even
faith in
faith.
him.
Yeah,
I
it's not
believe
even
that
faith.
he just wants to outspend the competition.
Yeah.
Now, will he get the budget to outspend them?
Yeah.
No. But I think that attitude in terms of getting content for your platform is important.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, he actually might be better at that job than actually managing like the studios themselves.
He probably is, frankly.
Like doing he might like, that's where I said that he might be the greatest person to fail upwards into something he's actually good at. So like we'll see.
There's one particular person I know of. There's one person in particular I know of who's failed and made it to a far grander position. But yeah,
I don't like I do not like Matt
I figured
Booty.
it out.
I figured
took
you
me
would.
a second, but we got there.
I figured you
What the
would.
fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
People should be clear. I don't like Matt Booty. I just think they may have found a position inside the org that he's good at.
Well, I think for me the big difference is I think Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were interested in making the industry stronger, and I think Matt and Nasser are like, fuck that, Xbox needs to be stronger, because that's been when they were in charge, Phil and Sarah, a lot of their decisions were like, okay, like, rising tide raises all ships. We're the biggest company in this space. Like, we need to be the ones making these moves. And I respect the hell out of that. I think it was
basically.
I think it was a lot of great choices. I wish it had worked out. But unfortunately, you can't be the only person letting everyone play with your ball. You know what I mean? So it just didn't work out. But you look at the track record of spending about a business booty, and Asha, whose whole career up to this point has been building a single brand in like highly competitive spaces. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know that they'll go as cutthroat as like some people might want them to. But I think I don't think that they'll ever stop putting their stuff on PC. But I could very easily see, like, even stuff that's already announced for PlayStation, I could very easily see Asha being like, yeah, no, like
I wouldn't mind it
tomorrow. She could wake up tomorrow and be like, yeah, Halo, whatever that one's called, is not going to PlayStation.
To me, I think that's what they should do. I think Halo and Gears should stay sacred. You should not put those over there.
I think it's probably a good idea at this point, because PlayStation made it pretty clear they're not going to play ball.
Right,
yeah. So
it's pretty obvious. They've
I would have loved for them to. I think that would have been like, I was pushing for that. I really think that like if everyone just like put all this shit everywhere,
we all desire.
It would have been the best thing for us, the consumers, which is who I give a shit about.
True.
But like now we're in a world where like, and I think part of this is because the economy's falling to shit. But it's like PlayStation is pulling back. Nintendo was never really making moves in that direction.
Right.
Xbox's new leadership coming in saying like, we got to get back to basics, and it's like, okay, well, I guess that vision is done. That vision's over. So we're gonna go back to our individual wall.
Let's see if they do.
Like that's what it is.
Now, if they make
but
the move you're talking
I think their
about,
walled garden's gonna include PC. Like that's the difference.
That would be fine. Like that's, to me, it's fine. I think that's worthwhile doing with PC, because these PC gamers are not coming back to platforms like the PlayStation and Xbox. They're just not doing it. But I would say, and I stand by this, I even said it back then, I stand by it now, I think Halo and Gears are as they would say, a mountain too far, or or a hill too far to die on. I think those two should stay. Those should never go over to the competition. PC is fine. I would even say, I would go so far as to say they could even just include the multiplayer suites on PC and not the single player stories.
No,
Just give the free to play parts.
So everything's going to be on PC because they're not going to give up the concept of PC cloud console. And like the next console is essentially a PC.
Yeah. I know.
Right?
I mean, let me refine what I meant.
One.
What I meant by that is on certain stores, like if you go on to Steam or GOG, whatever it may be. I'm talking about specifically if you're selling to a third party or through their stores, that you would only have the the multiplayer suites. You wouldn't get the single player component.
Yeah,
I
guess
know
I could. If the absolute most cutthroat I could see them getting in the PC space is rolling it back to just being on their PC store. But even that was like, well, it's still on PC, so who really cares?
They're also fairly, because like Gabe Newell was a former Microsoft employee, and he usually praises most things Microsoft, like most things Xbox does.
Yeah,
he likes
does.
Xbox as a brand. So like, and there's. Like Steam backed them in like the Activision Blizzard thing. They were like, we don't even need Microsoft to sign us a thing that says Call of Duty is going to be on our thing, because we believe that they're going to do it. Like I genuinely believe that working relationship is something really, really strong. And I do think there's like Steam is like 95% of PC gaming, right?
It is.
Like,
and
I think especially when most PC gamers are not, they do not like going to other stores. They truly do not. I think pulling away from Steam would be a very bad PR mistake on their part.
Yeah. Well, there's also the aspect of it where like PC players are, there's no nice way to say it, assholes. And they will be like, oh, this brand has spurned us, so we will never respect them in our sweaty PC dens ever again.
Before the Activision Blizzard deal even like was announced, Blizzard was internally considering coming back, and they did come back to Steam post close, but it was very quick post close. And we know from the documentation that they were considering coming back to Steam. And I believe Call of Duty came back to Steam during the acquisition. Like, Slow-Mo is completely right. Like, most developers that have tried to pull away from Steam on PC have failed miserably and have come back. So like, I don't see that happening.
Right back to me.
They like, Epic put Fortnite directly on the Xbox store. They're not on any other store, mind you. Fortnite is only otherwise on the Epic store. Right. So like, I think that there's more like cooperation that will actually happen there, because like Tim Sweeney really wants Epic on, like he's talked about, he's like, I'm really excited to have Epic on the next Xbox. So like, I think there's a lot of very cross-platform like cooperation that will go there.
Well, you have to imagine that they have to, I mean, they're running on Windows devices, like they have to have a relationship with Microsoft to some extent, right?
Yes. Now, I do want to talk about the GDK because I a little bit myself.
Yeah.
Because
you know what? Cover that.
GDK...
And do me a favor, Crusader. Cover that, and then go into detail of the PlayFab thing after that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So the GDK is more than just like downscaling, like the tools to like downscale the game to run on different things. Because like you already have to do that on PC, like that's not a thing. Like you have to make sure your game is designed to run on like an awful PC compared to like God's gift to man PC, right? Like the PC development already is highly scalable, and it has to be by its nature. What the GDK does better is it helps to unify the differences between developing for an Xbox and a PC technically. Things like the differences between how the version of DirectX that is straight up on the console versus DirectX on a PC, which is the graphics API that like it's how it translates stuff to the graphics card and different components, like direct storage, like how it utilizes the to grab stuff straight from your CPU to skip like load times and stuff, or to skip needing to load as much into RAM and stuff like that to make it more efficient to load things. It helps make that more unified between devices, like actual technical implementation of things, so that the actual hard parts of porting, like converting from one graphics API to another, or one version of a graphics API to a different version of the same of the one in the same family, are much easier. And that's why this includes the current Series X. They're doing a lot of work on the back end to make it so that when you develop the game through the Xbox GDK, it is very easy to release it on the Xbox and on PC, and even implement features like touch controls and things for the on Xbox on the cloud. That like all of the resources you'd need for like the PC variant versus the console variant versus the handheld variant are all in one place, and you don't have to do a lot of extra things for the individual versions. You still have to do a little bit, and even in the thing. And this is something that they have been. This is not new. And this is not part of the Xbox Everywhere initiative. This is something that they started back in like 2023, late 2022, when they switched to using the unified GDK over using solutions like Windows, the Windows Universal Platform, which was their first attempt at unifying development. UWP apps suck. If you ever remember the first set of games that came out for PC from Xbox, and they like were restricted to the Xbox store only, and they had problems installing them, and like they didn't have a lot of features that you'd expect. Yeah, that was UWP. That's why the leak over the weekend was ridiculous that they'd be going back to that, because they've killed UWP. So like the unified GDK has been a thing that they've been trying to do for, or that not trying to do, that has been a thing for years now. But they keep streamlining the difference in developing between the platforms, so it is so easy that if you're releasing a game on PC and you're using the Windows, like the overarching game development kit that includes the features for just generic Windows, that it should be very easy to also get that game to then work on a Series X when you scale your settings in the right way. Because again, a Series X is like a mid-range PC right now.
Right.
Like actually changing, like scaling it to operate on that thing, not that hard.
Okay.
PlayFab's another big part of that, because like there's now a ton of features from PlayFab that are included in the GDK.
So because with the PlayFab now they've introduced what they call the foundation mode now, right?
Yes. Yeah, so PlayFab, there were already parts of PlayFab that were free for developers. Some parts of it were already free. I don't know exactly the parts that were free before, but now almost all of it is free. The main parts of it that aren't going to be free are the paying for the Azure servers to host multiplayer matches. However, the core like APIs and integrating that into your game to actually make your game like communicate with those dedicated servers, that's all free. And the ability to automatically, without having to go and reach out to a Microsoft representative, to scale up or scale down your like how many dedicated servers you're using based on like your current player count.
Yeah.
Like the ability to actually automatically scale it for your player counts, that is now free. Like that functionality. And then there's a ton of functionality with like cross-platform saves. Like the fact that like the storage of the game state, game player data. So like for example, like in Call of Duty, when you're in a match-made online session, you have your rank and stuff. That's player data that's assigned to you that's not stored locally. But like they have entire structures to set that kind of stuff up through PlayFab, so that like kind of you just need to implement it for your game and store the information that you need to store online in those areas. The ability to actually store game saves in the cloud to like transfer them between devices, not just things in the Xbox ecosystem, mind you, but also like being able to move your saves to PlayStation or Nintendo Switch,
Right.
or Steam or Epic Game Store or iOS and Android. The ability to track, link, and connect cross-platform accounts, and to have authentication through all of those cross-platform accounts. So like a user could sign in with a PlayStation account, and it automatically be like linked to this upper to like something on Microsoft's backend, and that user who signed in with a PlayStation account be able to communicate with a user who signed in with an Xbox account, another user who signed in with a Nintendo account. The ability to link all of those, so a player can link all of their accounts together, so that their account saves transfer, like, get tracked no matter which platform you're on.
Right.
Like the core of that is for Xbox stuff, but they get all this automatic integration if they're a multi-platform company, and they are also launching on Nintendo and PlayStation.
And it also just
Right.
makes it's just a super the developer friendly move, right?
Correct. It is. It was completely out of left field because this is not a very cheap service that Microsoft offered before. Lots of developers use this, mind you.
Yeah.
But it was not a fairly cheap service. The fact that any developer who launches their game on the Xbox Store can implement the PlayFab features for free because they've launched on the Xbox Store is crazy.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because there's the reason that like the stores can justify their 30% cut is twofold, right? They can justify it because, we're distributing your game for you, and any distributor is going to take a cut, right? Like every distributor of any product is going to take a cut. But now they're actually offering a premium service. Like, yeah, we're taking 30% cut of the stuff we're selling on your platform, but we're offering you all of these features to just make it so you can implement your games faster. Now, this isn't really going to matter for companies like EA or Capcom or, like the larger companies, because a lot of them have already created their own solutions to handle this. Some of them have actually implemented PlayFab, so some of them it will matter for them.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of companies, this won't matter. Where this really matters is your indie developers and your middle of the range developers. I'm talking your like the people that like Kepler Interactive publish, like Claire Obscure, things like that. I'm talking your companies like they did Plague Tale. They published Plague Tale. They published.
Couldn't tell you their company.
What's the damn name? I know it, but I don't know it.
You know what I'm talking. But you guys,
no, that's not right.
It's gonna impact your like Saber Interactives. It's gonna impact like, and it's kind of crazy because people are like, why would people still release on the Xbox Store?
It's Asobo, by the way.
Small to
Asobo
mid-range publishers. Yeah, no, Asobo was the developer. Who's the publisher?
Oh, the publisher. I don't know.
Because it'll matter more because like the publisher may dictate you're launching on Xbox.
Oh, it's
because
Focus.
you're gonna
Focus
yeah,
Entertainment.
Focus Entertainment could probably would dictate to some of their developers like, hey, you're gonna launch on the Xbox Store because it's not only is it easy, but we're gonna get all these features for free that make developing features for the other
it's
other platforms.
It's definitely one of the strongest pushes they've made to say,
Yeah.
hey, you can get everything over here at no cost for this.
Yeah.
You get the Azure servers now free. Like,
No, you don't. You won't get
a cost. Excuse me, I'm sorry, not for free. You'll get the Azure subscription as a pay as you go.
Those are always pay as you go, but like the ability to actually scale it up and down instantly to either save money or spend more money because your servers are at capacity and you're not able to actually get more players in. Like the ability to just automatically scale up and down your online environment. And then like they also have PlayFab has like the ability to like allow developers to set up and host like user created content. So like the storage space in Azure to host and distribute like for example for Halo has like Halo uses this. Halo uses PlayFab. They use PlayFab to store all of the user forge creations and things like that and like allow for the distribution of them online, right? So something like that for developers is huge because a lot of small to mid-range developers can't afford that kind of that kind of
they don't have the money for it.
Not even just to store it, but to actually create the solution to distribute it. And so like they're gonna have to pay for the storage space. Like they don't get the storage space for free. They don't get the actual servers for free.
Here it is. I found it. The core PlayFab services are now free for any game shipping on the Xbox Store, and you are no longer You no longer need an Azure subscription or a payment method on file to start building your back end. That's what
Yep.
what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just so smart because it's like it
Yeah.
is those smaller teams and some mid-range Japanese teams who are making the choice to skip Xbox, and now you're giving them every
An actual
good reason to do
Yeah.
so.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because
so it's just I think it's really smart.
some of
agree.
these features to implement some of these features, even if like the outright return on the Xbox version is like break even or even at a loss, being able to implement a lot of these features for the other platforms, you could be saving a lot of money doing it this way. And so that increases the actual like return of the Xbox version. Like, yeah, maybe people aren't like truly buying it on that store, but we don't really care because the core users who are there are happy, and we're getting all this functionality that like makes our game great everywhere. And this is actually like a really cool thing. Like we talk about like the Kumbaya stuff. This is Kumbaya shit that actually benefits the Xbox player. Because the more developers that implement shit like this means that like you get better cloud saves.
Yeah,
You get
Well,
better
can be-
implementation of shit.
I've got no problem with them being kumbaya with the developers.
Oh yeah, this is
For
great.
sure.
This is stuff that actually this is probably the biggest news to come out of Xbox in a while. This is a genuine reason for a lot of developers to not skip the platform.
Yeah, and then of course a part of this was something we talked about in the green room or a little before. Actually, we talked about it in the chat. It was the modular onboarding, right? Which is
Yes.
allowing developers to start integrating the PlayFab services before they're even approved in the Xbox store, and they can sign the NDA and just get started building their sandbox
No,
environments.
there are no NDAs anymore.
Yeah. Oh, there's none anymore.
The NDAs were removed.
Oh, okay.
All development for Xbox, all of the development docs for Xbox. Now it hasn't actually happened yet. There's still stuff that's locked down and restricted if you don't have permission.
Right.
But they're working on fixing this because this was announced at GDC, and stuff like unredacting stuff didn't go as planned. Like they'll be fixing this for a couple weeks.
I see.
But there are no more NDAs for stuff for development
Okay.
for the platform.
So
it is open development.
nice. So with that being so all these things right here just makes them much more developer friendly.
Yes.
The thing is though, like, I don't want to say it. This sounds negative, but will it really matter? Seeing that they're going to PC with this anyway, and they will get access to everything on PC anyway.
What?
Like Microsoft with the next gen, they will get everything that's going to PC regardless, right?
So you have to remember they are like everyone says they're a publisher. They make more money on selling stuff through their store than they do from the games that they have. From that 30% cut, that generates more money. You have to think about the games like Fortnite and shit like that too, right? They need to keep developers on their store.
Right.
They have to.
Because I would also assume that because I know that it's like, oh well, the Steam on your Xbox in the future, right? I would assume that that feature is going to be sort of secondary. Like when you hit
Correct.
store, it's just going to open the Xbox store.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
You're
You
going
will
to have to do
to
some
escape.
other shit to go get into Steam.
I'm very
You're gonna
interested in
have
seeing how that all plays out.
So it from what I understand, it's supposed to be a more like from what Jez has reported on, and everything Jez has reported has been very accurate, especially with this GDC talk.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it is basically it's a more the goal is to have a far more robust version of what the Windows full screen experience is now, launch for that.
right.
And the goal of the design doc is to allow users to escape into native Windows and play in native Windows, but to design it so that users won't necessarily want to leave. Right? That if a user is leaving, it's because it's something that Microsoft is not offering them. And so Microsoft's going to allow those other stores on their platform, but they are at this point trying to make their platform appetizing so at least their core audience wants to remain there and
Right. Well,
maybe
you have
attract
to-
users to it.
Well, yeah, because you have to include into this whole, them sort of pairing with PC, you have to also include the play anywhere aspect of it, where it's like if you buy something on Steam, you're just playing it there,
On
right?
Steam, yeah.
I guess now you can play it on your Xbox through this sort of back way, but now it with Xbox you can play it wherever. You know what I mean?
Curious what how the play anywhere system evolves, because if like
I assume it's just going to be the same store. At a
yeah,
certain
right,
point.
right.
Yeah.
So like, you know, play anywhere as a brand thing kind of dies because the Xbox store becomes the Xbox store. But I assume that, like, again, I'm assuming that the games are going to run in a virtualized manner when they're on the
on handhelds.
the project thing, so they can do stuff like quick resume and stuff like that.
Oh.
And so that like it's the same version of the game, but like when you're using it on their official hardware, they're actually launching it set differently. Which is very, very easy and possible to do. But yeah, so like, why would the end user care, Umbra? Like, why would an end user care necessarily if they're launching on the Xbox store when Steam's already there?
Right.
I care because I want Xbox achievements. I want Xbox features. That's why I like playing on Xbox. I like the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
I want to continue the ecosystem. When I purchase a game, I want to be able to play it in the cloud too. I don't use it that often, but it's nice. And they offer that to me. Steam does not. Right? So there are lots of reasons that I want to. And I think that's why they're focusing, that they're saying they want to focus on the core audience, because they want to make sure that like they don't lose any more of the core audience, and like the core audience upgrades to this next device. And then for people who buy it and who are Steam heads, well, there is still the reason that, like, regardless of whether the backwards compatibility program comes to generically Windows, this console, the next Helix, is going to play all of your Xbox 360 and OG games, at least the digital ones that you own on the store, right? That opens up a ton of games that are not available on PC and probably never will be available on PC natively in any other way. So at least for those users, they are attracting a niche audience to buy stuff that like Steam does not offer. And they're probably going to sell this device at a premium price, right? Like it's going to cost more than a regular console, because they're not going to actually eat a portion of the cost like they would to make back. It's a gamble. This is a gamble, but this is the first gamble that Microsoft has made since Game Pass that I'm like, I could see this working. I think they need to. We talked about earlier show. I think they need to bring back some of the secret sauce of exclusivity, just with this single player stuff, and just with the other consoles.
At the very least, I think some timed exclusivity could help.
Yeah,
maybe
like
a
they
year out,
need,
or something
yeah,
like that.
a year or two. Yeah, they need some kind of secret sauce.
Something. I mean, on top of just delivering great games, they've been on a good roll. I think they need some games to really land heavy, and I think that could really pull things in their direction. I will say, things I'm hearing about with, things we've heard at the GDC. I will say I'm pleased. I am trying to stay optimistic. I still have my thoughts about Asha, the what did you call her? Big Ash.
I didn't call it.
That's what Danny called her. Big Ash.
That was Danny.
Ash Cash Bagash.
Ash Ketchum. Ash Catch these
Ash
hands, like she
Ketchum.
said to Ryan McCaffrey on Twitter.
Ash Ketchum. I mean, I still got my thoughts with her. I'm not exactly there yet, but these moves right here.
If she keeps telling off like media folk like Ryan McCaffrey online,
yeah,
I don't even care what she does with
Yeah,
the company. She's got my support.
He took a screenshot of that and sent it to me.
I love that
like...
so much. Oh my god. if like tomorrow she claps back at Jeff Keighley, I'll build a fucking shrine. Her picture's going on the wall.
Yeah. You said in Asher we trust.
I don't trust her.
I don't gotta trust her.
I don't
want to see what she does.
I don't trust her.
Yeah.
But like, mention it just very briefly. The scrubbing of the "This is Xbox" awful advertisement. The scrubbing of that from the internet, not just ending it, but deleting it. That is not something that was prepared in advance. That is something that they decided to do, and I guarantee they decided to do it recently. That is the first verifiable thing that I can say that they are at least changing the direction of the messaging.
Yeah.
And that is the first action that I can actually give her that I'm saying, okay, you have my actual attention. Because you were saying things before. That's an action.
Yeah. I also respect the action of the only person in the like media industry that she's given any respect to being Jez Corden.
It's crazy.
And I respect the hell out of it.
Have they done any other interviews besides Jez's and the one for Variety? They did the
might have
Variety
done-
one first.
Yeah, they did Variety. I was gonna say I think they did like one or two that were like bigger publications that don't just talk about video games. I think they might have done like Vice or something. I don't remember.
Did they do one with GameIndustry.biz?
Possibly. I haven't seen it if they did.
Not certain. Let me. So Ponty asks a question. He says Xbox's ecosystem is sick. He says, but only if they had something like PlayStation's Home on steroids, it would take it to another level. What do you all feel about that?
Do you need it to be like metaverse like that, or what do you mean? Just like
I think he wants the whole have your avatar you running around with, and hey baby, you want to come to my home and.
So,
I'm okay.
There
with
was
that.
some parts of it. There were some things like that on the Xbox 360 that were really cool that I would love to see come back. Like I don't need it as like Ready Player One. I miss like 1 versus 100 and playing that with the avatars. I miss the games like the Jeopardy games and like board games that would integrate the like Xbox avatars and stuff into it. I do miss some of that.
I do miss the 1 versus 100. That was fun.
Yeah, I miss that era of like you had your online and like I miss like because like I never bought anything for my avatar, but like you could like achievements would like earn you different like things that your avatar could wear. So like I had like the helmet from Halo Reach that I would wear.
I had the whole Master Chief armor. I had the whole entire thing.
Yeah, I think I had an armor from like Halo 4 that came with the limited edition.
Yeah.
And I do miss that kind of stuff, and I think that in general. Xbox has fallen behind on social features. I think the biggest one is their like picture video editing and sharing. Like they're I think they on the console they call it the Xbox DVR. I think that has gone to complete shit.
They definitely need to fix that. They've fallen so far behind with that. I agree with that 100%.
There's a lot of that does in fact kind of get easier when your next console is a PC.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. A lot of that does get easier. I would definitely
specifically
like
because they have these apps now that you can use like CapCut and you know all these other like programs you can use for sure. Yep.
There's definitely they are definitely lacking on the. I'm not gonna go so far as say they need PlayStation Home. That like I actually don't think they need that. They need better social integration. Like I said, the full screen experience needs to integrate Discord into it. They need to work with Discord to get that integrated. Like yesterday. Discord is the like if they're still all content on basically being everywhere and all that jazz with everything, then they need the social platform that unifies all of gaming integrated directly into the next thing. Like, and it's done really well on the series consoles. It's done fairly okay on PlayStation 5. It's just not done well on the Xbox full screen experience.
So, two things. Appreciation to you as well, Punty. I agree with you 100%, Yobi. I've said the same. I've used Clipchamp, and Clipchamp actually works pretty damn well on PC. Microsoft bought them in a video editing, and they have it in 365. Why in God's name have they not brought that to Xbox like that?
They haven't integrated a damn new thing into the console.
I don't understand it.
Since the Activision Blizzard acquisition.
It's weird. And then you go to PlayStation, it's night and day. PlayStation's video editing or DVR settings, whatever you want to call it, is so much better, like dramatically better than Xbox's currently is. I don't understand how Microsoft allowed them to do that. When Microsoft used to be like the top of the pile for me.
I don't think it has anything to do with allowed to do it. I genuinely do believe the reports that Phil, I think Phil was truly behind this. Was starting to move away from that they really thought that they could capture the PC crowd and the cloud mobile through cloud crowd faster than they could, and so they scaled back on all implementations on console, because console implementation basically died the day that the Activision Blizzard deal was signed. We haven't gotten new features since then.
That was the death warrant right there, huh?
Like,
Or
at
the
least for
death
features.
knell. Yeah.
And and that's that's when the messaging started that you don't need a console. But suddenly they switched the leadership, and now they're advertising the console again, and they announced the console 18 months before it's gonna fucking launch.
Yeah.
This is the earliest I'm fairly certain that we've ever had an Xbox console announced with more than just a picture. We have a general idea of a lot of the features it's going to implement and stuff like that. A lot of the goals that they're aiming with AMD. This is as far as I'm aware, the earliest, because normally this would be happening at next year's GDC.
I think they've been kind of pushed and forced into the situation where they have to kind of speak on things a little bit.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And that goes to the they don't want to give it up to an
Right.
extent. And again, it is a delivery mechanism. They are a publisher, but they are a store. And that's one of the reasons why when people say they're going the way of Sega, financially it would cripple that division to lose that storefront because of how much money they make off of that 30% take from other developers.
Yeah.
People truly underestimate that. And that's also why it's hard to wrap the head around PlayStation moving off PC, but they're doing it defensively because they're afraid to lose that too. Now, I don't know that it's actually their moves are actually going to help that in any way, shape, or form. But that's what's inspiring this, because everyone's coming for the living room. Steam's coming for the living room right now with the Steam
Steam
machine
machine.
and the Steam Deck. Whether they'll succeed or not, they will get at least a small portion of that market.
Mm-hmm.
There are all of the handheld makers, the Lenovo Legion Go, ROG Ally. There's other ones. I can't think of any of them right now, but there's other ones, right?
It's a bunch.
Nintendo is not only back in the living room eating up everyone's time, but that damn motherfucker runs Resident Evil 9.
So shockingly, and Cyberpunk.
Right?
Lenovo Go
right.
is another one, by the way. Yep.
And now they have to compete with that.
Yeah. Let me read a few of these because we do need to wrap it up.
Go ahead.
Slow-mo had mentioned, he said he says, oh, well, I guess I'll start with this one. Yeah, it says it'll need to be integrating other apps for it because their own PC-based features for that suck. The Black John, what's up, brother? He said Discord is ain't looking too hot, but everyone still uses it. Oh yeah, for sure. Plenty was mentioning that Microsoft could easily afford a Xbox, PlayStation Home, especially with the advent of AI. They're just not aware of it or don't care. I think they don't care. Also, I seen a video years ago. Yobi says it was a split second. It said Xbox Plus Clipchamp. They were working on that in the background, but nothing came up. I'm wondering if maybe that'll be something that just launches with the next gen console. Yeah, maybe that's the case, Yobi.
And it could be that all development ceased for the Series X because of how drastically different the next one is going to be. Because this is a drastically different take on an end console. It's the Steam machine is Valve has tried to get here to this with the handheld, but this is a crazy difference. And maybe all of the development effort into features and functionality and integrations like that all went to this. That could be the case.
That could
could be the case.
I do want to read this member chat. By the way, I never did read it. I'm so sorry about this, Biff. Biff sent this way earlier. He says, "Hey, I just got here. Start over." Thank you, brother, for that. For being a member for how many months is this now? How long has he been a member? He's been a member for 5 months. Generous 5 months. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the support. And memberships are open for anyone that wants to join. By the way, so Grey Mode had asked a good question. I did see this by the way floated out. He said, I heard someone say that Sony could push out the PS6 by August of next year to get ahead of Xbox. I don't think that's possible. What do you guys think? What do you think, Danny?
No, absolutely not.
Reports
PlayStation cannot.
It's just a rumor.
Reports from Kepler, the dude who leaked all of the
specs.
socks for both. He leaked both. is suggesting that they are currently their internal timelines are still both on track for 2027.
I felt like
now
it always felt like
what those
PlayStation was a year
prices-
behind or something, right? Didn't it feel like that?
That was one of the reports was that they were considering holding off a year. But your hardware's only going to get older. Like all of the effort you went into designing your chips, it's only going to be older and less powerful the longer you hold off on delivering it. So waiting a year on something like that, you're only going to do that in an extreme situation. If they think that they can get because the only reason that they're going to hold off on releasing these is RAM.
Right.
The actual cost of developing the hardware will be the only reason they would hold off on releasing the new hardware. People are like, but we don't need it. I'm like, they don't care because people will go out and they'll buy it like crazy.
For sure,
as long as they can afford it.
My only question, well, at least the reason why I would doubt it is the I forgot her name, but she came out saying that they were going to stay with the PS5 for the foreseeable future. I forgot her name right now. And I forgot her position at PlayStation, but that's what she said. So I don't see why they would be like, oh yeah, we're going out 2027 as well.
I need to stress that staying with the PS5 does not mean you're not releasing the PS6. It just means we're going to have we're going to get into the era where the cross-gen periods
that is true. It could be the cross-gen
last an entire generation. So the PS5 and PS6, the PS5 will be dropped when the PS7 comes out. And I've said this for a while, and people lambasted me for it. I was saying it at the beginning of this generation that I thought we were edging our way closer to an era where consoles get upgraded on not on the same timeline as phones, because phones are yearly. But I truly think we're going to get to a period where they're not going to call it the PS5 Pro. They're just going to release the next fucking console, and they're going to keep doing that to iterate.
I had something close to that thought, and I guess it didn't make sense, or at least the way I'm putting it didn't make sense. But I remember asking Kay about this, and I think Slow-Mo as well, in a chat of ours. I asked, could Xbox or PlayStation make something that's modular, where much like PC, where you can take out the GPU essentially and upgrade it.
I don't know about that. I mean, in theory, they could. There's laptops that are like this. Entire laptops where all of the parts are modular and you can pull and replace them. Yeah. There are laptops that have external GPUs. You can get an external GPU. It has a very special wire that connects. They're very finicky. I don't recommend it as an IT person, but you can. Could they do this? Yeah. Would they? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they would now. I think
especially
you know where I'm at with this. I think this might be the last one. So, but my thought was like a modular one, much like a PC build, and I mean I'm sure it could be built. I don't know how exactly would work. Well, in some ways I do.
It's gonna be the last one if it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
If they can sell this and they find an audience and they're selling it for a profit, then they may not iterate extremely heavily on new features, but they'll release a more powerful version in 4 years, because it'll become the exact same kind of thing that the Surface is. Microsoft sells their own laptops.
Yeah.
With the Surface, it'll become like that.
I wonder. My bad. I hit the stupid mic. Pontiac, I'll read this last one, then we got to get out of here. Well, Slow-Mo said that he made like a tree and got out of here. I remember that old joke. Ponty says, imagine if Xbox was run by a board of hardcore gamers and a conglomerate of old school gamers. In the background, Xbox would have a reach of Nintendo PC and PlayStation combined. I think it sounds better than what it would be at the end game, Punty.
Because they're not business people. You need business people. At least you need many business people. I don't need to say you necessarily need all business people. You need business people running something this large.
Right. We would have the passion, but for instance, myself, I would have the passion. I would have no wherewithal of what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to have somebody that knows that type of move.
Yeah. Hey, good old boy over running PlayStation came up through gaming. How's that working out for him?
Right. So there you go. But I mean, it's a good thought, Punty. I hear you on. I mean, I feel what you want is somebody who cares about gaming like you care. I get it, and that's why I felt a way about Phil leaving, and why I think that's why I'm so skeptical now, because I'm kind of like, do they still have that? I don't know. Matt Booty might be that, maybe.
Yeah, like that's the weird thing, right? Like if they were truly gonna get rid of it all and they wanted corporate heads, why the would you put Matt Booty in that position? Why would you put him in that position?
Yeah,
Makes no sense.
and I think we
Like-
all agree.
like-
That's the
Luckiest man
funniest part.
alive.
Right. I think we all agree because like the first thought I had was like, why is he still there? I even asked that to you the last time we were having a passionate discussion. I'm like, why is he still there?
Yeah,
So-
and that genuinely, why is he still there? Because that doesn't make sense if like in the realm of like they want to kill it, you would put another corporate head there.
Right.
But you
right.
didn't. You put someone that was brought up to run the content part of stuff, to run the like the most important part of it. Right now, he's he's as far hands off from individual studios as he can be. Thank God. But
Yeah. That said, we do have to get out of here.
yeah,
We
gotta
look
go.
every
go.
single time we say, and that I mention like, oh, we want to try to keep it short. We do not.
we've never had a show.
It
We've
never
never had a show that
happens.
didn't go to 11. Never had a show.
It
that didn't go
never
to 11.
happens. So this was a 3-hour show, but I think it was a worthwhile show. I mean, we had a good discussion here, man. All of you guys obviously always bring your A game. Thank you all in the chat for coming by. If you all could do me the favor, if you haven't done so already, and that includes you, Slow Mo. I don't want you thinking you could slack off in here. Hit that like button for us. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do see my tweet on Twitter, and I'll post one on Bluesky later if you're not on Twitter, share it out for a brother. We'd appreciate that. And, of course, consider being a member. Thank you again, Biff, for staying a member in your comment earlier. Let's get out of here. So, Crusader, I'll start with you, my brother. Tell the good folks where they can find you and what you'll be up to.
You can find me at Crusader3456 on most social media. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of posts about Xbox backwards compatibility and things that I think all of us would like to see. I don't know if we'll see them, but also some things that I think we could see. And I will be talking about that. So go ahead and follow me there, and it will be. I'll be covering. I haven't felt this energized about Xbox in a while because backwards compatibility is my favorite thing about the platform. So yeah, so find me there, and I'll be talking about that.
Nice. Yeah, definitely give Crusader a follow. His links are in the description. By the way, I need to add K's and such for last week and the timestamps, and then do the timestamps for tonight.
And
You
need to mod me too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Make a comment really quick so I can take care of that right now. Speaking of that, make a comment. And of course, Daniel J. McGee, tell the good folks where they can find you, brother, and what you'll be up to.
You can find my other podcast, Ready Set Replay, on Spotify and YouTube, and we'd love to see you over there as soon as possible. We're trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and we need everyone that we can get, frankly. We are just about to put up our video for Chrono Cross, the sort of but not really sequel to Chrono Trigger. So if that's of any interest to you, then you have that to look forward to very soon.
Nice. There we go. There we go. As far as myself, you don't deserve no damn amount. We got to keep you unmodded, so when you start slandering Unreal or something like that, I can just be like, nope, I can't trust you. You got to sign some type of statement or something, some type of contract that you won't be slandering Unreal, Slow Mo. You be going rogue. I don't know. But it's for myself. Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite. You'll find me either way on social media. I will get timestamps out for last week and tonight's show, I suppose, and try to get that done tonight. That's what I'll do. And, of course, on Tuesdays, you can find me on Xbox Factor with myself, Boom, and Jamie Moran. And maybe a new person might be joining us sooner or later. Am I right about that, Danny? Anyway,
Oh.
and of course, here on Thursdays, back here with us and me and the fellas, at 8 o'clock Eastern, typically. And yeah, thank you all again for being here with us. We will get out of here. You all have a great weekend. Play some games. Xbox just added a ton to Game Pass, so go enjoy. Planet of Lana is out there. Go try out Part 2. See you all later.